probably wouldn't.
Oh, you would. I need to send you a.
Oh, the time has
Are you
come.
on Instagram, Caleb?
The time has come.
Am I what?
Are you on Instagram?
Are we on Instagram?
I am.
We're on recording.
Okay, I need to send you something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we are recording, and then I was gonna be like, oh, sweet, let me plug myself.
We are. We're recording. So today
We have to
is
plug our products.
today is 2/25, 2026. This is session 31. Last I checked, I don't care to go look at the Hall of Fame. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, we are here this wonderful Thursday for our second session consecutively. Like we didn't miss a week here, which is lovely. I mean, we missed the week, but that's like the scheduled week missed. So, in case it wasn't obvious, I don't feel good. I woke up early this morning to play Mutants and Masterminds, which is another fun tabletop game with Jeremiah and Nick. And I felt like okay then, and then hopped off there around noon, then chilled for a couple of hours, and then like, man, I feel really fatigued, and I went to bed. Woke up 4 or 5 hours later in the late evening, and I just felt awful. I think I have some flu symptoms, but I was like, no, we're not gonna cancel. We're just gonna play. So we're gonna take it a little slow. We're gonna take it nice and chill. I'm gonna hydrate. I may not answer right away. And it should be a good time, I think, still. And if we need to end a little earlier than we normally do, that's okay too. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get some relevant music here. Let's see, what do we got? Ancient.
Thank you for your fervent sacrifice.
And guys, give Nick a big thank you for helping me work on the maps. One of these days, probably quite soon, I'm just gonna have him run one of these, and I'll sit in the back instead and help out.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be terrible.
It'll be perfectly fine.
Nick,
Don't
thank
kill
you
us
for,
with something, then I will
aiding
be
and crashing our
completely
computers tonight. I'm really excited.
It is a nice map.
I cannot wait for my.
It is a nice map.
Busy.
Let's see. I think it should be fine though. It's actually it's small but dense. All right.
Oh, yeah. Something I
Yeah?
was curious about. Was there the side thing with David, or is that?
That hasn't happened, David. I apologize for that. That's totally on me. I think I crashed out super hard over that weekend.
Fine.
And we could still do that, and I'm gonna give you some this session as well, because it would feel very bad and weird not to give you some stuff this session. So we'll segue to you once or twice this session, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I would like some more mysterious music. Hold on. I mean, this is pleasant, but one moment. What do we got in the way of oopy spooky?
Oh no!
Oopy spooky.
Oh no! Spooklier.
No, that's for Precipity. We'll just keep this. I'm not gonna stress my little brain pan. Alright, so loop that. Who wants to tell me where you left off, huh?
They were in a cave and just had their hallucinations
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and woke up with nothing but the clothes on their back and their starter Pokemon.
That's right. That's right.
And I can tell you where I was when we get to me eventually.
Okay, that's pretty decent. They're in the gym challenge. They are advancing through said gym challenge, encountering some challenges in the gym challenge, and the most recent challenge was a bit of a narratively charged one. You have some flashbacks, some near flashbacks, and maybe some flash forwards. Unclear what that was exactly. So I will remind the jury that you guys have awoken a little cold in a dirty tunnel. Only your starter Pokemon that are currently all out next to you guys. Many of which have kind of taken up like protective postures around you. Calamari is like lampring on Mako's cheek. Frigibax is just sitting on Vigo's chest, exactly like the art would indicate. Ample, just like again on Amber's chest, just like staring directly at her chin. And Hatna seems to be the organizer, like kind of waddling around, attempting to like get these other Pokemon motivated, but they're all a little bit brain dead.
Oh,
I mean,
Hatna's Hatrim now.
Excuse me. I mean, just look at that Frigibax's face, man.
Mhm.
That is that's the face of the killer. So we're gonna. You're waking up. You realize a lot of your stuff is gone. You have the clothes on your back, most of them. Your hats are missing. Your shoes are missing. If your socks were particularly tight-fitted, they're missing. Your equipment is gone. The balls that carried your starter Pokemon are gone. If any of you feel like you would be the kinds of characters to squirrel away something on your persons in a difficult-to-find place, let me know, and I'll have you roll a guile check to see what you manage to save there. But if you don't feel like you're the kind of character that would be just kind of doing that naturally, I'm really thinking maybe like Amber with food, like she's always like guaranteeing herself another meal.
The only thing I could think of
Yeah.
might be like the meteor badge because it's been stolen once. And that is like her pride and joy. So that would be the only thing I would think of.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Sure, why don't you roll me a guile check for that? And of course your starter Pokemon are still carrying what they had, interestingly.
That's a 16.
Absolutely. You squirreled away the meteor badge just fine. Yeah, like Amber.
All right, well, I'll give it to Ample.
Amber takes it out from like underneath her tongue, like, dries it a little bit. Yeah, some drool on it, and then she hands it to Ample. Ample, Paul. As Ample seems concerned with you. As you were like, aside from the badge in your mouth, you were like drooling quite heavily in your sleep, kind of like splayed out, like over Mako's legs. Very asleep right now. Mako, as you slowly come to waking, your legs are numb and your cheek is numb, and you think for different reasons. As a lot of your immediate vision is taken up by your large eel starter Pokemon. As it slowly uncorks itself from your cheek, and there's like this very red ring on your cheek.
I'll just kind of pet the electric and make no move to need her to get up currently.
Yeah. Lane coming to waking your Hatram, like very concerned, kind of like bouncing over to you, kind of making a fuss over you, sweeping your hair aside, like batting you down in the dim tunnel. As Vigo, you come awake, and you stare down at your chest at Frigibax that looks exactly like the sprite token, just staring at you, like just seated on your chest. You just hear a quiet free of acknowledgement as you wake up.
I feel like Vigo would be the type to just like instantly sit up whenever he wakes up. Just like
Yeah. The Frigibax,
As
the Frigibax makes no effort to like adjust its position with you. So as you sit up, it just slides down onto your lap in the exact same position, and now it's kind of sitting on your pelvis, like still staring up at your face. All right,
yeah,
cool.
Vigo goes to adjust his hat and then realizes it isn't there.
Yeah. For those of you that typically wear headwear, is there anything specific you guys would note to your fellow player characters that is obviously different about your appearances? Maybe.
Are you saying the headwear is also missing?
Yeah, your headwear is missing. You're not wearing shoes.
Okay.
So if you have horribly mangled toes, like that would be an interesting physical detail to note as well.
Oh, fascinating. Well, Amber typically has like the hat, which like kind of like puts her hair into a natural ponytail by like slipping it through that little hole in the hat. But now it's like down, which is like kind of weird. So
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I guess her hair would be down, which is a little interesting. So almost more formal.
Okay. Yeah. How long do you think Amber's hair is? When it's
probably
down.
no longer than like, yeah, probably like shoulder length.
Okay, like
So,
short-ish.
like,
Yeah,
just
so
like-
a little
yeah,
bit,
short-ish,
a little
kinda
bit, a little
wavy.
bit no nonsense survivalist. Pretty accurate, I
Mhm.
would say. Yeah. Amber, of all the people who are wearing outerwear, which is everybody, you have your bug sweater still on.
Nice.
It seems perhaps they were spooked by the bug sweater or found another reason not to steal it from you. All right. Yeah, you have the scary face ability on your sweater.
Ooh.
It is a little gremlin bug face.
All right, guys. So you're all waking, taking account of
Mako
your
has
thoughts.
bedhead squared
Nice.
that you wouldn't normally notice because of the hat, but he fairly like long enough to know that it is just incredibly curly and like potentially like almost rat's
Oh,
nasty.
I
Just-
frequently forget that Mako wears a hat because his art doesn't indicate that. So you do wear like a
Oh, yeah.
trainer baseball hat.
Um
You think?
on it well, actually, you're right. He probably would normally just be unkempt, but he'd probably have his hood up a fair amount.
Okay, gotcha.
Or his headphones on, something like that. So
Right.
hair is pulled back a little.
Yeah, Mako,
But
you
just
feel
that's why I say he has bedhead squared.
yeah
Because
square.
like it's normally unkempt, but like he's also been
Yeah,
passed out.
got mugged, got high.
He's kind of got the Einstein hair
It's
going
been a
on.
long day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that, man. Yeah, you feel technologically destitute right now. You reach for your headphones as like part of your morning wake up ritual. Don't find them.
Starts doing that iPad kid withdrawal syndrome thing where he like just starts scrolling on his hand.
Yeah, you have the ticks now.
Mako needs his Adderall.
Yeah. The calamari sees you scrolling and just kind of nuzzles its eel face in there so that you're like rubbing calamari instead. It does like that. Tiny little sparks fly off when you do so. You hardly notice as you're like thinking about all the things you're missing. All right. So guys, what's it gonna be here? Game plan.
Yeah, so Amber is freaking out.
My stuff! What happened to all my stuff?
She was like looking around at everyone else, like panicked.
First things first, we gotta figure out how long have we been asleep.
Yeah, man. Roll a survival check. You think you've been asleep for maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Do we feel
With that survival check, I would basically call that survival check getting your bearings. You're getting a tiny little bit of filtered sunlight in through a tiny crack in the tunnel that you're currently in, and you're also getting some other interesting notes like moss in the tunnel, some foliage that typically grows on specific orientations to the sunlight, and you would put yourself further in the direction you were already going, which is sort of a northeasterly direction. And quite possibly past the location you were originally aiming for, which glowed blue with the glow of, hopefully, the fungus. It seems you were brought further into the caverns. Though, how far exactly, you're not quite sure. Could be a couple of kilometers, more maybe.
Did you all see something? I kind of had some weird dreams.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
mushrooms give me
same.
some weird dreams back there. By the way, maybe we shouldn't go back that way if we can help it.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any of their stuff?
I mean, I had this meteor badge that I kept tucked away.
The squishy saliva sound as she reaches in and grabs it to show you. I don't know if
I didn't
Vigo.
want it to be stolen again.
I feel like
And
Vigo.
I was right because we got robbed.
I feel like
You think
Vigo
you're
is gonna be
wrong.
impressed by this somehow.
He's considering the implications of how this can be useful.
Yeah. This is Chekhov's gun being loaded for Vigo's choking incident later.
He's gonna try and keep a fossil in his mouth. It's not gonna work.
Fossil in his mouth. A whole fossil. Yeah. All right.
Christine mentioned a mention of chanting being heard. She wants to vibe check the chants.
Yeah. You wanna voice that for the recording, Christine?
I would like to check the vibes of the chants, please.
Yeah. So end of last session, I believe there was some distant chanting or voices being heard. Yeah. Totally. Roll whatever you think might be relevant here.
I rolled a cult, and I got a 16.
You rolled a whole cult?
One whole cult.
Man, that
I'm
cult,
now the leader.
I thought cultists were supposed to be tough, but I guess not.
I'm a different kind of tough. It should terrify you.
Are you for tough though?
Oh my word.
I love you, David.
I don't think Elaine's all-terrain. If anything, she's way too
All-terrain.
flimsy to be tough.
Elaine is not all terrain. This is
Two-wheel
very
drive.
true.
Two-wheel drive.
Very true. We get the what is it? The hardware store theme. Doom 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 doom.
It's an inline 2.
Okay. With the occult education check, you don't think this necessarily has any known spiritual ramifications.
Okay.
I don't think you don't think there's like a ritual being performed per se or anything like that. It's just individuals making noises collectively.
Do you guys think that the people who made the silly drawing on that sign are the same people who took our stuff?
Does this sound like people or Pokemon?
Too far away to tell. You're getting the echo and impression of these sounds coming from further down the tunnel. As you look around, you do realize you are in a bit of a dead end right now. Yeah, other details to come, depending upon any kind of checks made there. Maka, what was your perception check for?
I just saw people rolling useful skills.
Just saw people rolling.
I just figured I'd throw something in there. Yeah.
Mako would be looking around trying to see any kind of like anomalies.
That's such a vibe.
listening
Like he's
to
just,
you. Yeah.
dude. I just saw people rolling and I threw one in there.
And that's also Mako to a T. I saw people doing stuff, so I wanted to help.
I mean,
But yeah, anything out of place, anything I can hear. Honestly, he's looking for anything to stimulate him besides electricity.
yeah, Mako. There's a couple of things you notice. So first off, there's the aforementioned little sliver of daylight coming in. There is behind you the dead end, kind of like if you're oriented at the 12 o'clock, and that's the way the tunnel is going. Behind you, you're looking, and you notice this is like. This doesn't feel like a natural cave-in per se. This feels more like a cave-in, though maybe more in the realm of survival to determine if it indeed is a cave-in. But it definitely seems to have been disturbed recently. You see only a couple at this point, but you do see a couple of primitive drawings. Slightly further up the cave tunnel. They're kind of, they're parallel with the tunnel. They're on the cave wall. One of them is on like a nearby boulder. And this does.
You will go study them.
Yeah, absolutely. You walk over as your friends get their bearings. You definitely immediately note that this is very similar style to what you saw earlier. You guys kind of mulled over and like you attempted to like discover if there was any any history that could relate to this. There wasn't any deeper meaning. It's just nonsense. One second, I'm gonna turn the heater off real quick.
These are actually the drawings of a Smeargle who has Dark Void. So, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, that is the Schaefer was the setup. So,
Smeargle has future sight.
this notably doesn't appear to be you. However, any deeper meaning or interpretation there, it would be also the domain of probably an intuition check. Cool, and that's all you get from your perception.
So, to clarify as to what's going on, you said we're in a dead end. So, are the cult sounds coming from the way that we came? That we were?
Yeah, they're coming from 12 o'clock, the way the tunnel is going. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so the cave-in would be like our 6 o'clock?
Yeah, exactly. It's behind you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So presumably we were carried forward, and then the cave caved in behind us, blocking us from escaping.
Maybe.
Wow.
Are there any tracks or anything that would indicate movement within the cave, or that there was movement within the cave?
Tracks like you're looking for, like creature tracks.
Or people tracks?
Sure. Roll for that. So that's a survival.
Isn't great.
There's definitely a lot of tracks in here. You do note some of them are the feet print of people, which are not yours because you haven't extended that far out, and the soil hasn't been yet contaminated by your filthy footsteps. And there's a lot of smaller tracks. Presumably be some kind of Pokemon. This is obviously, at least in bursts, a high traffic area.
Okay. And presumably the tracks don't lead out of the cave in any direction other than the two tunnels. One of them, or the one that's blocked off, and the one that the is coming from.
With your 13, you aren't able to tell if there are any tracks that were consumed by what you're now sure was a recent cave-in. With your 13 in survival. Probably within the last 48 hours or so.
Okay. Well, seeing nothing else to do in this dead-end room, Vigo will take the lead and begin walking towards the chanting.
Okay.
Elaine
As
will
we're
be right
leaving,
behind him.
Amber's gonna take a look at that drawing. If that's cool.
Yeah, you
The
take
one
a
I'm
look
looking
at it, absolutely.
What did you say it was again? I feel like I didn't hear that.
More strange mythological impressions.
Okay.
Not immediately recognizable. That would be subject to some kind of intuition test or something like that.
22.
Oh, lovely. Amber, you're actually a great one to be rolling this check. You are Mako. As you are looking at this boulder, you recognize two silhouettes that appear rather similar to that pair of girls you met on the way that were walking the way down the steps from Sunstone Temple, who were reporting a recent loss at the gym challenge.
Oh my goodness. What?
Because you rolled high on your intuition, you note that at their sides are some Pokemon partners. One of which is a Vulpix, and the other is a Scyther.
Whoa.
So that's
Do I smell a trade in my future?
so that's
Say what?
some extra intel for rolling really well here. If you ever encounter those trainers again, you might have a
Also-
little bit of information on them.
Both weak to rock type.
Beat them up and take their Pokemon. Yeah, I think the league would really appreciate that kind of behavior from its aspiring elites.
Yeah, they'll never know. We won't tell them.
Yeah. This is how Lance of the Elite Four got all of his Dragonites. He just saw people who had them and went over and beat them up. So, yeah, you rolled your intuition there. The other artistic rendition appears to be of more individuals. However, it is greatly smeared, and the sort of primitive paints or chalk-like rubbings that are composing the portrait seem to have been intentionally destroyed. You think by a shirt sleeve.
Whoa. Do I see? I don't see any drawings of us, right?
Not yet, at least, no.
Okay. Interesting.
Guys, the picture over here. These are these girls we met. Don't you remember, Mako?
Oh yeah.
Dude, they lost, and they're here now. It looks like they had a Vulpix and a Scyther. Both weak to rock types. Not great for the gym, but I guess really strong against grass. I wonder if they came down this tunnel thinking it would be more grass and then got pwned. Too bad Ample's weak to rock.
Yeah, too bad.
I still believe in you, buddy.
Ample is looking a little bit like unsure of himself now. He's like,
He like,
yeah,
or she like picks him up and kind of tucks him under her arm. You know, just like a little, almost like a not like a football carry, but a little different, you know.
yeah.
And she kind of gets a determined look on her face.
Yeah, it's the
Don't
strapless.
worry, we're gonna crush those little blades of grass in there.
Yeah, you got the strapless purse carry on the Ample, and Ample is like, getting a little bit more excited now that you're offering positive affirmation.
Listen, you know, we don't accept anybody who takes our stuff, all right? that we've dealt with thieves once before, and we will deal with them again. Okay? I'm gonna put him in the ground!
Put him in the box.
She like runs and like catches up to Vigo and Elaine with her war charge and her cry.
Put him in the box. Put him in the box.
Yeah.
So if Amber is charging down the tunnel with a war cry, Vigo will join, not knowing the context, but pumped up nonetheless.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Michael, what did you say your perception was earlier?
I believe 18.
Okay.
Yes.
1 second. Okay, you begin to hear the acoustics of what you determined were voices begin to resolve a bit more as you get closer, increasing in volume. You also hear that was lost in the high acoustics of the cave age drum beat.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't run into the middle of this screaming.
We're in the Tyrantrum now!
I hear drumming all of a sudden.
Vigo lets out a mighty roar, much like the Tyrant, or taking inspiration from the Tyrantrum earlier.
We can't let them show us who's boss! We gotta stand up for ourselves! Come on!
Mako will shrug and use his Poke education to attempt to make the most Pokemon-esque cry that he can.
What Pokemon are you attempting to mimic here?
Let's do. Who all do I have? I'm tempted to go with Electric, but I know you're gonna make me do this IRL.
I won't unless you want to. I don't feel good, so I'm not going to make anybody else do anything that would.
Okay.
If Austin felt good, he would totally demand the most of you. But
I hold my players to the same standard I hold myself.
Trying to think of a good water Pokemon that he aspires to get. You know what? I don't know personally what what does Magikarp evolve into?
Gyarados,
thank you. I don't know myself what a Gyarados sounds like, but he would probably try and roar like a Gyarados.
It sounds
like, isn't it like
it sounds like
or something like that?
That's the Japanese one. In the English, it sounds like the stock sea serpent sound. The high-pitched, I can't do the impression right now, but you've heard it almost certainly. It sounds very fearsome. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he'll try and do that.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is you're gonna roll Pokemon Education first to see how well you understand the acoustics and cry of a Gyarados, and then I'm going to have you roll a Charisma-based check in order to make it, with a bit of a bonus depending on your Pokemon education.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. You have heard of Gyarados once. Most vividly, you fought a Gyarados in your fight with your sister that you had in your flashback very recently. In fact, you get a sudden sense of sort of deja vu and like you're remembering a dream that you were just starting to forget. As, by the way, nobody has really like addressed the collective hallucinations yet. You remember it. You don't understand necessarily how it makes that noise, and of course, it is a very large creature. So from here, you go ahead and you're rolling mimicry, so I shall inspect the bong water's skill sets. I think all of the skills I would have you roll here aren't ideal. I think I'm gonna have you roll Guile because it's 2 and not 1.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. You make an almost embarrassing sound. It's strange enough and like guttural enough that you can almost convince your friends behind and in front of you that you were clearing your throat of some horrifying particle. And like everybody just kind of stops and looks at you for a second as you had like some sort of like you had the equivalent of a Pokemon boy's like adolescent voice crack trauma.
Mako will attempt to put the hood up on his jacket, like, do the motion with it, and then realize, oh, I don't have my jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, double cringe. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then he will instead just grab his collar and like pull his head most of the way down.
Calibari,
into his shirt.
intuiting your decision and just trying to help, puts its mouth over the back of your head, as it is now this long, furry hood, long Ely hood, I should say. Just kind of flopping around on the back. Yeah. It feels somehow comforting, very warm.
Thanks, Maury.
A little bit moist. You don't want to imagine the state of your hair after this.
A little natural gel won't hurt.
some natural lubricant. All right. Okay. So unfortunately, any attempt at like some intimidation or mimicry has failed here. Anybody else doing anything as you progress down the tunnel, as you are seeing more of these images?
When you say
Elaine
images,
would
you're
be
talking about the
giving
little
the
pictures?
Sorry, Caleb, what's that?
I was just saying, when you say images, do you mean the pictures that we were passing earlier, or that we saw?
Yeah, you're passing
drawings?
more pictographs on the walls. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And go ahead, Elaine.
Elaine would be giving the instructions to Zoe to keep her telepathy open, so that whenever we do get close to either Pokemon or persons, to give them a good mind read.
Mm-hmm. You know what the range is on that?
It says X meters away, where X is the focus rank doubled. Her focus rank currently is 6.
So 12.
Would be 12.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. I think that does help.
And also because everybody's screaming, she's gonna make sure that she holds Zoe's ears so Zoe doesn't pummel everybody.
I am gonna go ahead. Well, oh wait, stratagems can only be bound in battle, can't they? Yeah, maybe only be bound during combat. Bummer. Never mind. I was about to prep.
Okay. All right. Let me do some different music here as you guys are moving up. This is gonna be a fun one if I can do it justice. What does this music sound like? Yeah. This is decent, I suppose. Okay. You guys are pushing forward. Pictographs growing in density. Sound growing louder. As you see up ahead a great light differential as this tunnel seems to be terminating into a larger, much more bright space. You walk out into a vast, incredibly green, beautiful, well-lit meadow that looks to be something out of time, untouched by humanity, untouched by conflict, except for perhaps the one you currently find yourself in. The drum beat is now louder and on your right as you appear in a small field of grass. Directly in front of you, a small creek seems to run from one end of the cavern to the other at a slight slant going southwest. There are tiers to the cavern as you look north, and there are, of course, a great many Pokemon lining the cliff edges in the fields in front of you, many shouting in one voice, chanting, Nuzleaf! 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 As you have arrived at a very, I think, fun encounter. Welcome.
We gotta
Welcome to the
wrestle them.
You guys are down here. You are flanked on either side by a pair of, you guessed it, Nuzleaf on either side that have primitive wooden spears. They have tribal paints on their persons, which are kind of this bluish color. They appear to be holding their positions. They're not appearing to attack you immediately. However, they definitely don't seem friendly per se. As you see, several of the lesser evolutions, CDOT on the cliffs. Over here on your right, behind the CDOT, is a Nuzleaf currently banging a large drum that may look familiar to someone skilled in Pokemon education. To your northwest, you see emerging above the bush line, apparently being worshipped by a pair of Nuzleaf on the ground, a static, strange creature on a tiki pole, which appears to have some kind of ornate design upon it. Using the CDOTs as drums. In position on either side, you see a pair of Nuzleaf on top of Rhyhorns, which are also painted with this kind of bluish war paint. As you come out, one of the Nuzleaf to your right holds out a hand, kind of smacks its spear into the ground, breaks from the chanting itself, and goes, Leaf! Leaf! Nuzleaf! Kind of holds out his hand a little bit more in like a stopping gesture. As the drumming and chanting seems to be getting higher pitched. You see above some of these cliff lines, if you're tall enough, what appear to be the tops of some kind of primitive huts. This appears to be a relatively advanced tribe of Nuzleaf that has collected a varied assortment of things in this natural cave here. Are any of you doing anything while the chanting seems to be mounting to something?
Looking around and seeing what the chant, if there's something obvious that the chanting is about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Elaine will point at one of the Nuzleaf and say, "Hey, you! I'm going to read your mind," and then sends Zoe to read its mind.
Sure. Unwilling targets and targets that are unaware automatically resist the telepathy attempt. The target and the user and target roll opposed focus checks. So we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and roll a focus check.
Wait, wrong card.
Nice. I don't think the Nuzleaf is capable of competing with that, so I'll save us some time and not roll it. As you're reading the surface thoughts, or Zoe is, rather, and communicating them to you, this Nuzleaf is informing you to stay put. Its intentions are not necessarily hostile, though it will fight you if it needs to. This Nuzleaf is ordered to keep you in place for your audience with the Great One.
Guys, don't fight. They're peaceful.
Vigo was getting ready to kick this one over here, but
Amber tempers her war chant.
Amber screams and runs into battle, bites one of these Nuzleaf faces.
No. Tempers.
Oh, gotcha. Tempers.
Calming it down.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Just
Refining the war chant.
Okay. I guess I can wait.
Okay, yeah. The
There are a
Nuzleaf,
lot of them.
Nuzleaf chanting, Nuzleaf, boom, 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 getting louder and louder. As you see on this ridge, I affectionately dub Pride Rock, you see a couple of figures come into view. As you kind of position yourself such that you can see past the rocks there. The first thing you see is a tiny little sea dot waddling over and plopping itself onto what appears to be a straw pallet or nest. It has unique blue markings on it, more reminiscent of the painting. On this rock, you also notice a strange-looking mask, as well as a pair of tiki torches on either side that spring to life, seemingly of their own accord. As another figure, which you do not immediately recognize, roll a Pokemon education check for this.
Oh, no.
DC 10.
Here, let me help you with that.
No.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually have it.
None of you know what this Pokemon is or what it does, and it has an air of mystical threat to it. As slowly, methodically, it waddles through the flower fields from what you can only assume to be one of the distant huts, and stands in a extremely still pose. Datu. As moments pass, and you at last see a large, more imposing figure cut between them and sit down on what you are now realizing is a toilet seat originated on Pride Rock, which is apparently a holy seat of power, as
I can see this is definitely Nate's map.
sitting down upon the chair. Another Pokemon education check.
Go, Mako.
There you go. Mako, you recognize this as a Shiftry, the evolved form of a Seedot. Shiftry. He has ornate blue markings all over his body. As he sits in the judgment seat, he dons the red mask and places it over his face. As he takes the seat, the drumming and chanting ceases. One moment, I need to. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna move this to the GM layer, as the sunlight is also cutting in on the toilet seat very dramatically. But I just want to make sure this mask is on the proper layer. I should have done this before, but that's okay.
the nuz leaf accidentally drops it behind the toilet.
Front.
Doesn't have fingers. So.
There we are. And then... There we are.
Shall return in just a moment.
Okay, cool. Oh no, actually we're gonna cut to you just a second, David. That's okay.
Oh no.
That's fine. As the shift tree takes its seat, drumming ceases, chanting ceases, and I'll go ahead and stop the music here for just a second. As the shift tree seems to look at you all through its mask somehow for long moments at a time. And then it gestures with one of its green palm leaves it is using to help kind of like conceal its features and fan itself on occasion. Shift tree kind of motions forward slightly as the two Nuzleaf directly in front of you, Nuz, gesture you forward as they take up flanking positions here, presumably where they want you to stand.
Seeing as I don't have a backpack, I'm going to put Frigibax on my shoulders, holding onto my head.
I don't have control of Zoe.
I don't have control of Frigibax either. Just assume that Frigibax is over here,
I shall fix that for you, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Isaac.
Oh.
Would you like to move your token?
Yes.
Oh, we could do that. We could just line up like this. I like that.
Nice.
As we're walking up, Amber is going to channel her ample, and she's going to be kind of projecting. She's definitely intimidated. You know, she doesn't know what's going on. This is definitely a little bit spooky, a little bit crazy. You know, without like all of her team players with her, but she's trying to project to the ample just kind of an air of bravery that like we can do this, just like a subtle self-confidence as like they're kind of like going to the situation unsure of what's going to happen and how this is going to go.
Absolutely. So the Nuzleaf kind of giving the ample a bit of a wide berth with its spear. It doesn't quite jab the ample, but leaf kind of takes a couple steps back. As you're channeling the ample, you get flashes of recent memory, as flashes of Hatrim releasing ample out of its Pokeball after you'd all collapsed. Flashes of ample doing the same for Frigibax, and Hatcher moving on to Calamari, as the spores don't seem to have affected the Pokemon nearly as much as they did you. Flashes of a small army of Nuzleaf descending upon you guys, and your starter Pokemon collectively deciding to surrender, assuming in, of course, return that they would spare your lives and that they would be allowed to stay at your side. As the Shiftry begins to speak, Shiftry, He seems to gesture up to the skylight with his leaves and then down at you, and then, as though he is revealing a magic trick, from underneath his leaf he pulls out a blue mushroom. He points at you almost accusatorily. Shiftry. Shift looks back to the Zatu. Zatu. As you guys, unless you have specific means, are going to be rolling me intuition or Pokemon education checks to attempt to understand what is going on here.
Zoe would like to continue using her telepathy. Okay?
Sorry.
Or would you prefer the rolls?
You can use telepathy, however, it may not work.
Okay. You said intuition or Pokemon Ed?
Intuition or Pokemon education, yes.
Question. Would you consider the Shiftry a hostile Pokemon?
It's
Or
not.
resist being channeled?
He's definitely not friendly right now. I wouldn't say he's hostile per se, but you might have trouble channeling him. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Because it's DC 15 if he's hostile. Otherwise,
okay. Yeah. I would probably say that DC is true here. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll make my first roll for the channel and then my second roll for the interpretation. Because it'll be the same stat either way. Okay, so I successfully channel and then a 15 to try
very
and
nice.
pick up on things.
Yeah. The channeling. Very effective here. I mean, that's going to count as multiple successes here. As Maka reaches this almost from a scientific perspective, Elaine comes close, just being naturally kind of perceptive and picking up on body language. Amber just aces it. I was considering that, Vigo, and I decided telepathy is exospherically related to psychic. It's non-psychic types have telepathy, so I decided no. But I did have that thought. Yeah, these are dark types.
It's supernatural power that's generally associated with psychic types, but it can also be associated with
Right.
ghosts and various other types. So.
Yeah. So you collectively come to the realization. I'll get the music back on here. Sprout Tower. Yeah, this is good. You collectively come to the realization that this Shiftry and his kin have been living in these caves for a very long time. You have not. You have come from the surface, the daylight referenced there. These people have long lived in the darkness and been very content to do so. Your kind are not welcome here, though you are tolerated on occasion as part of the contributions of the green-haired one, who is not alluded to any further. You continue to come seek our holy fruit, and we continue to deny you as you are unworthy, greedy monsters who collapsed our tunnel. He gestures behind you. Shiftry. Shiftry looks back to the Zatu. The Zatu seems to be confirming that this has only been happening recently, as the sun has been getting higher and more frequent in the sky as the days have been getting longer. More so, the humans have been coming in their slave Pokemon. The Shiftry says, "You understand where I'm coming from. You guys would be doing the same thing in my situation. I don't like you, and you're in my territory. What do you have to say for yourselves?"
Vigo's going to challenge the Shiftry to a duel.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Well,
force of will. I step forward and menacingly point at the Shiftry. Declare my intention, even if it's not understood.
Okay. Does anyone want to try and stop Vigo from stepping up, or would we let that resolve?
Elaine's definitely gonna try and put her hands on his shoulders and push him back. Be like, "Don't do this. We don't want to have a whole fight."
No, I want to fight it.
I know you want to,
Yeah.
but it's not smart. So let's not fight.
Yeah, the Nuzleaf are
I'm pretty strong. I can punch it.
The Nuzleaf are
I'm
tensing
fairly
up.
certain you're strong. Hey, why don't you use that strength to open up the hole that collapsed in their cave?
I'm not that strong.
Yeah, you are. You split a whole boulder with your fist one day.
I'm pretty sure that was his head. But...
Yeah, you moved the boulder with your head because you were trying to connect with your Psyduck. And prove to it, or no, that was Mako's Psyduck. So
You
yeah.
had to fight the boulder.
So even though we might be greedy, we could show them that we're not all that bad if we try to help them out, because we did close off their entrance.
Alright, GM.
So Austin, this is
power
Elaine
of
trying to
ace,
redirect Vigo's strength
Yeah,
instead of
Yeah.
challenge the strength.
Yeah.
So Vigo, are you trying to go through with your dual challenge here?
Well,
Even stuff?
I need more information. So I have a power of 8, which is pretty significant.
Yeah.
Could I reasonably clear out the tunnel given some time and maybe tools?
You didn't roll super duper well on your 13 survival. You think it's?
I also rolled an 18
you
before
think?
that. I'm pretty sure.
I don't. I thought it was a 13 initially, but okay, that's fine. You think it's definitely possible that it would be difficult, and you would need specialized tools, or at least Pokemon capable of moving vast quantities of Earth.
And of course, there's always Hat
yeah.
Rim Psychic or Telekinesis that can move.
Yeah,
boulders.
as Vigo steps up the Nuzleaf, kind of tense up in the shift tree, kind of stops and like leans forward slightly on its chrome throne, down at you, kind of looking at you with the intimidating mask. Like, are you sure you want to challenge me, boy? Mako, did you roll Pokemaniac, or did you just roll Pokemon Education to identify this guy? I don't know if it matters. Let me look.
Pokemaniac just lets me roll Poke-Ed, and if I get 10 or higher,
Yeah, do you want to
identify?
Do you want to do that real quick on this shift tree, just to see what kind of threat we're dealing with?
So I'm gonna have all these conversations happen before I step up, just for.
Okay. Yeah, you were beginning to he saw you starting to, and then settle down for a second. So Mako, that is a level 48 shift tree. So not unbeatable, but definitely tough and likely requiring the efforts of multiple people to do so.
We also have a whole tribe.
If I wasn't damaged,
just to save time,
not necessarily in a duel.
That's a level 36 Xatu. Xatu, flying psychic type Pokemon. Most of the Nuzleaf are hanging around like level 16, 17. Rhyhorns are about level 20. Seedots are all about level 9 or so. And make me one more education check. As you realize, wait a second, that's a Pokemon over there. Just chilling. It's a nose pass. And it appears to be totally motionless. And the Nuzleaf don't seem to be noticing that it's not a Pokemon, perhaps.
But it's a Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, also, Elaine feels a little defensive about her Zoe being called a slave. So she's also going to try and communicate telepathically to either the Xatu or the Shift Tree, whoever it was that mentioned it. Like the memories of her and her hat room, and that it was a chosen relationship, not forced.
Sure. Do you possess telepathy?
Not her specifically, but she would probably communicate to the hat room.
It would be the hat room advocating for you.
Correct.
Awesome. So yeah, the hat room steps up. And
she'll put the hat rim on her head.
Awesome. I think a appropriate check that I think Zoe might be decent at here. Why don't we spring for? Why don't we spring for intuition? Like, that's the empathetic one. Like, hey, look at all we've been through. I'm using telepathy. Try to get you to listen. But also, these creatures are not willing for telepathy, so you're going to be rolling a contested focus check against the shift tree.
Okay. So rolling focus, 26.
Okay, one sec.
And then the intuition is only a 3, so I'm intimidated to roll it, but I'll do it anyways. Can Elaine somehow improve the roll with Zoe, since she has a higher intuition?
There's
doing like a group roll? Like a
What's the-
+1 or something?
Yeah.
What was the
Is
what
there
was
a way that I could?
yeah what was
Okay,
the resolution on that? We talked about this before, I'm sure.
You can add, I think it's either your rank or half your rank as a flat bonus.
Okay, so
Like the number
her
of
rank
dice.
her rank is 4 in intuition, so it'd be a +2.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that would be a 9, which isn't great.
Okay.
I'd also
While the
I don't know if this is-
telepathy is able to get through, the intuition is falling on mostly deaf ears. The shift tree, of course, noting shift tree. The Hatchrim was told to advocate for you and for itself. It did not step forward of its own volition. Though it will say, a little thoughtfully, a fan on its chin as the check is failing, that your Pokemon did defend you, and loyal servants are to be commended. He informs you that if you have no more wish for your slaves, he will make fine use of your servants.
So he would want to make slaves of the slaves.
No, servants.
Same thing.
No.
Servants is just slaves. It's not chosen. He's
He-
just trying to buy loyalty.
He seems to think of them differently.
Yeah, well, he would whip his slaves. That's the difference.
Well, I mean, of course he would think it's differently because it'll go against the narrative. Anyway. So at that point, she would say, "Okay, Zoe, do you want to work for the shift tree? Or would you like to stay with me?" And then she'll let Zoe decide.
What's Zoe's friendship level?
5.
Zoe wants to stay with you. Sure. Kind of
And then she
pouts a little bit and turns away from the shift tree. The shift tree. Shift. His shoulders kind of heave a little bit under the mask. Shift tree. As he says, now what do you say for yourselves? Kind of pressing the issue. How will you make this right?
So one of the things that happens when you channel is that like you get a vague impression of kind of like what you were doing with the Ample. That Ample was, I kind of saw some of Ample's memories.
Mm-hmm.
So they would also be familiar with our memories from the past few hours, and we were completely like presumably out cold. And I don't know if it would go back far enough, but they may like understand that we didn't cause the cave-in because we were just out cold. So that may be something that kind of contributes to our cause. Additionally, one of the other things is that both people have to be completely honest when they're communicating their thoughts and feelings. So Amber would definitely communicate that, just kind of give the idea that
Ample's my friend. He's not my slave.
and kind of emphasize the friendship, and also kind of emphasize their willingness to help, because we've helped in caves before. She's like kind of flashing back to what happened in the mines with the low cloud mine, helping out in the caves and stuff like that, and kind of her willingness to help in this situation and clear out this cave-in as something they have experience in and would be more than happy to do for them.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say also with the channel, yeah, the shift tree, as you guys are like almost like talking amongst yourselves and also coming to your conclusion and slowly getting to your point, the shift tree almost like mumbling to himself. You're getting more info that way. You learned that ever since this league challenge has started, though he doesn't think of it that way, local Pokemon have become more restless. The Diancie court has become more active, more annoying. And the Sacred Fruit Guardians have become very aggravated, which have led to the casualties of many of his tribesmen. What the Sacred Fruit Guardians are is left a little bit more silhouetted, even within your channeling here. That also seems to be a problem you could potentially lend your voice towards. One
so also kind of flashback to when we helped the Diancie.
Yeah,
and like I maybe not helped, but like we went very pacifist route there, made offerings, kind of settled down that situation, if you will, as opposed to riling any of those Pokemon up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. Cool. And the final thing the shift tree would note, almost again, kind of under his breath, if only someone, if only one of these creatures from the surface could heal my son. As he kind of the masked shift tree looks back towards the painted sea dot and back to you all. As you're all considering these things. So there's a few different tacks you could take here. So you have handled things mostly pretty peacefully so far in this dungeon. And so I'm going to be giving you guys it's going to be a net +4 on the check you make to try and determine your next course of action. That could be charm, that could be intuition to get the chieftain to listen, to reason, perhaps if you have like the channel link up for Amber, maybe. It could be intimidation to like challenge him, let you through. Command, maybe he's a Pokemon. To like out authority him. Lots of routes you could take here.
So
Can Mako offer to take a look at C-Dot, and would it be Poke Education or is medicine? Oh, medicine's a thing.
So I might be better for this.
Yeah, you probably would.
Because I have 5 in medicine education.
There you
Could
go.
I tell from this distance what's wrong with the CNOT?
The C-Dot appears to
Or
be
check.
lethargic. However, it is just a tiny little nut impression in a nest on the other side of the shift tree. At this angle and distance, it's a bit difficult to tell anything specific. But the Xatu does seem to look over with a bit of concern in its enigmatic eyes. To
Am I mistaken in thinking that Zoe has healing?
Zoe does have healing, so does Elaine, but this might be I don't know if it would alleviate what's going on. This could be a unique illness.
This is likely a bit beyond HP and status conditions.
Sure. Did we cure that Geodude?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
the Geodudes, yeah.
But we didn't
Okay,
do it
I think-
personally. I don't think. I think we just took it to a Pokemon Center.
Well, but were we there for that? We were present at the time he was healed, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Amber, I'm of the opinion that we should advocate for healing his son and kind of call back to those memories. I'd be happy to do intuition as far as like helping him listen to reason and advocating for healing his son, and then obviously someone else can make the check to try and like medicine that, because obviously that is not my specialty. But I'm happy to like try and use that channel leak and my high intuition to maybe
by the way,
advocate for that if you guys are
Yeah.
interested.
If the other Pokemon are here, like our belt Pokemon, Dwayne is at a loyalty 3 and Ruby Bullet is at a loyalty 4. So I don't know if we could like call out their names, maybe they could advocate. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You haven't asked yet if they have your stuff.
Is that an approach you guys want me to take, or do we want to think of something else? I don't want to make any decisions before we make something that could alter the course of the dungeon.
I think Vigo's in favor of this line of thinking and offers to take a look at the CDOT. I
If
know
it
a little
sounds
bit of medicine.
spiritual.
I might be able to help.
Elaine would offer if it's spiritual. I might be able to look at it too.
Okay.
We would love to help try and take care of your son. We've actually had a Geodude in our party. His name's Dwayne. He's Elaine's Pokemon.
And she kind of waves over to Elaine.
We don't know where he is because our stuff was taken, but we've healed him. He had a disease, and we were able to get him help. Elaine is really good at looking into things, and so is Mako. He's a healer. We'd be happy to try and look at it.
You mean Vigo?
And she'll just, again, channel that pure intent, those feelings of success when you know they were able to cure Dwayne, and the relief.
Sure.
So,
because you mentioned the Geodude and you're channeling, I will give you a +4 here to this intuition check to try and sway old King Cole's heart.
is this in addition to the other +4 from being peaceful?
No, this is replacing. So, sorry, plus. So plus. Did I say +4 this time? I meant to say 1 up because you did 1 extra thing. So it should be a +5.
Okay, so +5 on
Yeah.
total? Okay. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Okay, 19. Could be worse.
This is decent.
Is that with the +5?
It is.
Yeah,
it
it's with
is.
the +5. Sorry.
Okay. Mako, do you have training in intuition?
Yes.
Mako
Okay.
Yeah,
Before
but, let
this
me
is
help you
resolved,
with
do you
that?
want to help with that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have to take the second roll?
It'd be a failure either way, because he can only help you with that if it's a failure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So did I fail?
There are gradients of success here. Yeah. So you could potentially acquire a better result, but let me help you with that. So that's why I'm allowing it.
Okay. I feel as though it's worth attempting. I just want to make sure here. It's a 19. Y'all on board with that?
Yeah.
What's the bonus, Vigo?
5. Oh.
Or sorry, not Vigo. Mako, what's the additional bonus?
3.
Okay, so +8. All right. 23.
A.
Nice. Okay. So,
+3 health points.
the shifter kind of leans forward at this request, and it seems to kind of like be waving away some like the kind of intuitive connection you seem to be experiencing right now, as though it were some kind of bug he was swatting away. Shifty leans forward, thinks for a second, looks back at the CDOT, kind of twists its body, and then looks at the Zantu. The Zantu closes its eyes. Zatu. Shiftry. Waves one of its palmed leaves. He says, if you do this thing successfully and do not harm my son, you will consider that one sin forgiven.
If we heal his son, then he's gonna forgive us one sin. I have no idea how many sins we've committed.
Ever like keeping track on her hands, like you do some quick math. You think you're hovering around 3 sins total. The son, so the fact that you trespassed, the fact that you collapsed the tunnel, and the fact that you desecrated the sacred fruit, and the fruit guardians are angry.
I see.
So apparently we collapsed the tunnel, desecrated the sacred fruit, and also trespassed. So we're not looking good right now. But maybe if we heal his son, we'll still go to heaven.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, we'll do it.
It's the point buy system. Shift.
You kind of like
Gonna The Nuzleaves both raise their spears, and you feel like a bit of tension beginning to pass out of the room, as they lead you up one of the crude carved staircases on the kind of northwest. Continue walking up. You see, kind of at the edges of the room where the sunlight is touching less, you see more dried grass, the huts sort of taking on more of an autumn color. As I'm just going to teleport you guys all over. As you approach, as the Zontu seems to kind of motion intuitively at the flowers with its beak, as though it would be an error to step on them.
I have a question for Mako.
Hey, Mako. Are Zatu and Shiftry in the same egg group?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, I don't think they are.
Okay.
This bird and this plant the same egg group.
Oh, is that yeah?
Oh wait, the Shiftry's probably a boy. Never mind.
I'm so confused.
Shiftry is in field and grass, and Zatu is in flying. And the Zatu's presence is interesting, though we do see several Pokemon that are non-Nuzleaf sort of integrated into this society, strangely enough.
Like these Rhyhorn.
Yeah, so as you approach the Shiftry, you this horrible grating sound as the Shiftry moves the toilet around, so that he's now facing you. As the Shiftry motions towards the tiny C dot, who at this range does seem very pale. Shiftry. As you kind of motion for the C dot to come to you so you can inspect it, the Nuzleaf seem to tense up a little bit, as it is intuited by you guys that it is not right for the Crown Prince, the chief's son, to leave his honor seat during any procession. You must go to the C dot, and that means crossing the treacherous blue flower field without crushing a petal.
Oh no. Austin, you did this on purpose because Elaine's clumsy!
Vico just tramples through.
Alright.
He'll try to not step on it if possible, but
Elaine's gonna ask Zoe to telekinesis her body upwards.
Genius.
And to hover over the flowers as if she were some ethereal being.
Free Ren, is that you?
Yes.
Nice, absolutely. Yeah, telekinesis. Of course, there's no easy spot to be put down. So at the last moment, you will be rolling a focus check to determine with how much finesse you are able to gently let him down into the flower field next to the C dot.
Are we talking about with Vigo?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's who
Okay.
you're moving in to heal.
Well,
Or are you removing somebody else? Sorry.
I was moving myself.
Oh, you're moving in. Okay.
But
so,
if Vigo is going in,
yeah, Vigo
then
looks like
yeah,
he's going in.
yeah. Okay, so if he's going in immediately, she would change targets, and she'd be like, "Okay, no, I guess we're getting him first."
I need to roll something to see if I don't step on flowers.
No. You're getting telekinesis, so it is the psychic Pokemon's
okay, so we're
focus
doing-
moving
okay.
you in. Yeah.
So we're doing it both ways, not just okay.
Yeah, Zoe's gonna set you down carefully. She needs to roll a focus.
Yep.
I'm definitely within heavy lifting, assuming a strength rank of 6.
Okay.
So she rolls a 20.
20 is enough.
And then
Vigo is gently let down directly next to the C dot, such that you can now clearly inspect and handle the chief's son. C dot,
Oh,
That kind of came out of nowhere. Like the sea dot starts foaming at the mouth, and you're like, "Wow, this sea dot is wildly sick."
Something is not correct with this sea dot.
Amber's eyes go completely wide and recoils a little bit.
Ooh, Crown Prince don't look so good.
Yeah,
18
the
of its
Zatu
rabies.
kind of nods and like looks down in shame. Zatu, Shiftry, what can you do? 18 medicine. Yes. You determine this sea dot has a. You actually had to roll quite high here. A very rare form of Pokevirus.
I was about to say Pokerus as a joke. That's
That's crazy.
Were it
Double
not-
XP question mark?
Were it not eating away at the sea dot and its constitution, this sea dot would be destined for greatness. As the Pokevirus takes many forms, but most often lends itself in an almost symbiotic way to gained XP. This sea dot would be advancing quite quickly. However, it seems to have manifested in a kind of strange way, either as kind of reacting in a volatile manner to the surrounding terrain, or perhaps the sea dot's unique physiology. Unclear. However, Pokevirus is a relatively well-studied thing, even if you don't know all of the use cases of it. You would need to acquire some relatively rare herbs that you think you saw a few of in the caverns leading up to this point.
Hugo would communicate all this to the party.
I guess Amber is our translator for the shift leaf.
So, your son has a very rare virus.
And she's very somber about this.
Yeah,
Just that the physicians.
yeah. You
the
may
physicians
want to
care,
sit down.
you
Oh
know?
wait.
Exactly. Well, yeah, he is sitting, so problem solved. Just maybe in a less dignified position than you might normally experience during a doctor's appointment.
He has something called the Pokevirus. And this is a disease that can be very beneficial. But this is not a good strain of the disease. And so, it's making him sick, as you know. However, we did see some rare herbs along the way that can cure your son. So if you allow us to have some of our resources back, presuming that you may have been the ones to take them from us. Of course, we have no idea of this. It may have been the people that are part of the overland. I do not know. But we would be happy to go look for some of these herbs, bring them back, and then help cure your son of this virus. Because it can be done, and we are capable of doing it.
As you communicate this, the Zatu seems to be speaking a bit more than normally would. Zatu, Zuda. As he appears to be alliterating, though nobody is like channeling the Zatu per se. That we have tried many of the natural herbs in the area. I am this tribe's shaman and have been for a great many moons. I followed this tribe from the far reaches of May's Mirror Forest and have been its humble guide ever since. The recipe you seek is known to us. However, the tyrant of the caves guards its bones secretly, and it is required for the recipe to be completed. Our tribesmen are very brave if they are not strong enough to conquer the beast.
Are you speaking about bones
Good.
from the Tyrantrum?
Do you mean the bones of the Tyrantrum?
And she will kind of, like picture the fear and the awe that the Tyrantrum strikes in her, and just her emotions as to try and help and like do like a clawing hand maybe that like would maybe impersonate the snout to try and maybe convey the Pokemon that she's describing through emotion.
Yeah. The Zatu nods at your description, and then as you come to the conclusion that you need to slay the Tyrantrum, the Zatu says, oh, za, kind of shaking its wing and like giving like a cutthroat symbol with its wing. Like, no, don't do that. The Zatu seems to be as it continues talking to you, it informs you that the Tyrant of the Caves is actually one in a long line, and that there are bones of its predecessors in its lair. However, that is a fool's journey. But that would be what is required to complete the recipe.
Okay.
Oh, well, we already did that,
Did
actually.
you pick up the bones? Yeah. Did you already?
No bones, just the mushrooms.
Okay.
We could show the mushrooms as proof
Yeah.
that we are. We
Show
are
communicate
We're
what
crazy
the
enough.
Nazi says. Yeah, exactly. and then yeah.
Well,
encourage
assuming they
people
have
to
our
pull out the
stuff.
mushroom. Yeah.
Well, I don't have my stuff right now,
Oh.
so we have to get our stuff first.
We have already been in the tyrant's lair. Our brave hero here, Vigo, went in and claimed a red mushroom from his lair.
The Sea Dot
We
looks
can simply
on in
go
awe.
back in
Dot!
the boat. Well, because we are fearsome adventurers. If you were to show us our stuff, we could prove it to you by showing you the mushroom that we took from our grave, perilous journey.
The Shiftry thinks for a few moments. Shift. Motions one of the Nuzleaf to go into this hut back here. It returns moments later with... Oh, sorry, that's a cabin. That's a hut. Returns moments later with Vigo's bag.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very good.
You
very
note,
good.
you note the Pokemon,
mushroom.
the Pokeballs within are still absent. However, your gear has been returned to you,
Fantastic, including my shoes.
including your shoes and jacket, all kind of packed away within very haphazardly.
Very good. Very good. We can hold that back on. Shoes first, of course.
Behold, the mushroom.
She kind of like.
Oh yeah. He goes to the backpack and pulls out the mushroom.
Lots of arm waving motions.
Zah. Kind of leans down and inspects it a little bit, like gently pecks the mushroom, like taking a little nibble. Zah. As the Zantu is validating your claim to glory.
Meanwhile, Amber is thinking, how unfortunate that we must do this again.
Well, we have a plan. So
That's
I'm
plan that
thinking,
almost ended in death.
I'm thinking that if we have Vigo being the distraction because he's faster than the Tyrantrum, we could pull the Tyrantrum out of the lair, and then the rest of us can try and get the bones. And then once we get the bones, I'll just say that we have like a time limit because I doubt we'll be able to signal to one another through the caves. And then Vigo will have to lose the Tyrantrum. We might be able to like help him. Oh, because we've already used the Pester Ball. We might be able to do something else.
I don't know how
Instead
long
of
the
a
Pester
trap?
Ball takes to reset.
It's like 24
An
hours.
hour.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
Just
an
an
hour?
hour.
Okay.
At your planning, the tribe informs you that this cave entrance wraps around back to the Tyrant's cavern. It is a circuitous route, but it ultimately comes out in the tunnel that you guys chose not to go down, the dark one.
That one.
We could have gotten here immediately with all our stuff.
But then we
Amber-
wouldn't have had our cool dreams.
That's okay. I took like 30 damage from my dreams. I
So
kinda
I'll
don't want to have.
I'll let you guys sort of be thinking about that and planning, and we're going to go to David.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Hey.
Sit away for a minute.
Yes, I'm.
Hi, David.
Welcome to here.
Where was here?
Who could say?
As David, you are in battles, but we're going to streamline this as you and Schaefer find yourself combating several Voltorb at the moment. I want you to select a Pokemon, and then I want you to roll me 3 attacks, please.
Okay. The Pokemon I had out already was Rook, the Marsh Tom.
Okay, you want to keep that out?
So, yeah, definitely.
Alright.
Because I believe it has Damp. Oh no, it has Mud Dweller. Darn. Unfortunate. I could have given it Damp and then would have stopped Explosion. Oh well. I will use 3 Mud Shots.
Awesome.
So the first one.
First one.
Oh, probably missed. Second,
Mhm.
and the third. So first one is AC 0, so I don't think that hits anything. Second one is AC 12, and the third one is AC 16.
Double checking. This is Mudshot is special, yeah, so special evasion.
Yes.
The 0 will not be hitting. The other 2 do. That is a 31, 30, both special.
And both super effective.
Both
I
super
believe.
effective ground types. Yep. Awesome. And then Schaefer has his Smeargle out. Hey, Smudge, hit him! And we're going to go ahead and Smudge.
Smudge is like the perfect
Smudge.
Smeargle name.
Smudge begins to draw a crack in the ground. Like, no, not that one, not that one. What else we got? As Smudge, Smeargle, kind of disappointed, is going to just flick its paintbrush at it, and in the air, it seems to turn into a light brown. We're going to mud slap a couple of times here. Awesome. Alright, so between you guys, you have enough damage to take down all 3 Voltorb. The Voltorbs are going to get a couple of attacks off here. Let me go ahead, and as they are rolling into you, these Voltorb, thankfully do not appear to have, as they are industrial Voltorb, do not have inbred the ability to explode. That would be problematic in an industrial environment. Of course, such things can come and go naturally, but let me go ahead and input this real fast. Work. Okay, and we're just going to roll a couple of sparks against the Marshtomp and the Smeargle, respectively. Boom, boom. A 5 and a 5, respectively. 9 damage on Marshtomp, and 5 damage to Smeargle as these things roll into you. So you wanna put that into your damage calculations real quick.
Mic check 1 2.
Hi.
Mic check 1
Yep.
2.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Marshtomp is immune to electric.
Is it ground type already? I thought I got that later. That's awesome. Okay, the charge
Yep.
does nothing, I think.
Very
Very sick,
Yeah.
very sick. The Voltor runs into the marsh tomb and just instantly grounded, like it runs into rubber, basically. Ma! Just kind of grabs the Voltor in a loving embrace, even as it spews mud into its face. And Smeargle just takes a bit of damage. You get the impression it's a pretty hardy Smeargle, though you don't have Maka with you to tell its level. As that encounter is resolved without further event. All right, look at some different music here as we continue on into Goldenrod Radio Tower, or sorry, Goldwind Radio Tower. Excuse me, that's copywritten. What else we got? This is pretty good. I like this one. Okay. Right, I think that's the last of them. Schaefer kind of stands up a little straight. Hey, Smudge, get back here. No more fissures, please. That didn't go so well last time. Smears gets withdrawn. Right, fella, you did pretty well for yourself.
Well, I've picked up a thing or two.
I think that's the yard cleared. He kind of strokes his goatee a little bit. Let's check the interior, shall we?
Definitely a good idea. Did you say that Smeargle knows Fisher?
Yeah, don't know where it got picked up. I got him about half the time, you see. It's, Mom, well, my wife. She teaches, Smudge some weird things. Anyways,
Okay.
You walk into like the front door. You first thing you see is a reception desk, ancient plaster walls, kind of tile ceilings that I've definitely seen their share of mildew over the years. Refurbishment. This is definitely like an old installation that has been barely upkept over the years and seems to be absent its operators at the moment. Pressing forward, you come to a sign that reads Radio Broadcasting Center, Floor 3, Radio Archives, Floor 2, Radio Maintenance, Floor 4. Floor 1, Lounge. You are here. What are you thinking? Split up?
Probably a good idea to cover more ground. Do you have any communication devices?
Yeah, kid. You got a cell phone?
Actually, do I? Hold on, let me double check my stuff.
check your gear. I guess it's poker gear nowadays.
Have poker gear. Nope. I have no way to talk to anybody apparently.
Thanks for a few seconds. Well, that's
Just yell really loudly if you need me.
what the your police officer. They didn't give you like a comm system. Doesn't matter. Hey, if something happens, yeah, yell. He reaches into a ranger's pack. He gives you a kind of toy red flare gun and puts it into your hand. Finger off the trigger. Just check that out the window. I'll see it from the window, top or bottom. Hard to miss. It's getting dark out there, anyways.
All right, I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
So, is this a flare gun?
It's a flare gun. Yep. Cool. What do we have here? I think something a little bit. We have. No, that's too dramatic. What else we got? I mean, power plant's fine, but I want something a little more spookum. It's the Mansion remix. What's this one? This was decent. All right. Moving forward. Which floor are you hitting up?
I will head up 2 floors.
Okay, going to floor 3. You going to,
Also, I would like to
going
use my D20 here.
Okay, going to radio controller. You're gonna use your D20 here. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll that.
Yep. 15.
Cool, man. You reach radio control. You find it to be a circular room conformed to the style of the tower itself. If this were like an air control tower, which it actually is. This is sort of the air control deck. You see desks lining the observation windows on all sides, and some more complex technology and desks in the middle, all vacant. And at this point, you are seeing a large mess, papers everywhere, and the smell of ozone electrical fire, as several of the circuits and terminals seem to be sparking. The lights in this chamber are flickering.
I still have Rook out, and I think I'll keep him out.
Okay, got it.
I don't want Queen near any electricity.
Very
Ron
cool.
might also be full. So does my 15 get me anything before I start looking for through the papers?
Yeah, I'm double checking that for you. 1 second. You see a bit of exposed, like an exposed electrical box kind of close to the entrance as you get off the elevator. Kind of looking inside that. One moment. There it is. Now shorted and no longer useful as a conductor, but perhaps for other means, is a zap plate.
Zap plate?
Yes, this is a electric type booster.
Alright.
These sorts of plates are melted down from rare crystals, actually quite commonly found in Animos. Essentially, it's like copper wiring, except copper wiring also exists.
Alright.
You find that. You got a little fun held item. Moving on. Looking about, I want you to roll me an occult education check.
Occult education? Oh, that's gonna be terrible for me. Yep, that was my dump stat.
Unfortunate. As you feel a chill run up your spine, but can't quite place it and quickly dismiss it. It is an eerie location, but nothing more, you think. As you attempt to get some of the terminals working, nothing seems to function. It's like everything is quite dead.
I don't?
What kinds of things would you like to be looking for here?
I look through some of the papers to see what they say, and if it's too dark to read, I have a flashlight.
Absolutely. You spend a few moments gazing at some of the radio manuscripts. A lot of them seem to be... some of them are flight directions for aircraft. Some of them are... appear to be like news programs, transcripts for... like Pokemon League battles, that sort of thing. Very briefly, you do see listed in a paragraph kind of jumping out to you because you're familiar with the names now. A couple of your team members are listed by name as having recently acquired their first badge. However, quickly kind of flitted over as they appear to be referenced in regard to the Pokemon League as a whole and how there are many teams now taking on their first gym challenges and climbing through the ranks. It is yet to see who will rise to the surface. However, it was noted by one reporter from Goldenrod City that certain rules regarding the gym battle at Low Cloud Mine had to be amended after a certain team seemingly won in a landslide, though those were not listed by name.
I chuckle a little at that. Do any of them mention? Are there any like transcripts about specifically mentioning Major Margrove or the scientist I'm at, Dr. Ackley?
That is going to be a perception check, I think.
Perception? Okay.
You're good at those. Just gaze through lots of bulk items in a hurry.
Pretty low. 18.
Double checking some stuff here. Okay. Yeah, you're looking around, and you don't see anything immediately like incriminating or in reference to any of the leads you are pursuing right now. However, in the corner, due to your high perception, you note there is a fax machine that appears to be in the process of completing a fax. It reads percentage 100% dash error dash send for technician.
I'm going to approach the fax machine and see if I can figure out what it was trying to send out. Who even uses these anymore?
Absolutely. I want you to roll me a technology education check here.
Oh, this,
I
you hit me
know.
with both my dumb
I
tests.
know. I'm sorry. That wasn't the intention. As you're looking at it, you really can't tell heads from tails here, and suddenly you find yourself wishing for Mako. As you kind of sigh and take a few steps back. Percussive maintenance isn't out of the question. However, if you do that, you may damage the document.
And none of the Pokemon I brought with me would help with this. I don't think any of my bench Pokemon would help either.
I always loved the term percussive maintenance. It's such a good
Yeah.
description.
What would I be rolling if I tried to use percussive maintenance?
You'll be rolling combat, or one of your Pokemon's combat skills. And if you want to make an argument for one of your Pokemon having above average combat, just let me know. I'm happy to think about that kind of thing for skills, as I'm mostly kind of flying by my seat of the pants there for Pokemon skills.
I'm gonna have Rook try it. Rook's better at combat than I am.
Go for it, yeah. That is
Six.
athletics.
Oh wait, that was
Mhm.
athletics. My bad.
Yeah, roll me combat, please. There you go. Okay.
12.
Yeah, DC 10. Rook. Pokeball comes out. The bird takes a few steps forward, flaps its wings once to get on top of the table, and then kind of twitching a little bit, bird-like.
Rook
kind
is
of-
Marshtomp.
Oh, excuse me, Marshtomp. I always think of Rook as like a bird. My bad. Marshtomp is Rook. You're correct. Marshtomp is just gonna slap it. Absolutely no finesse. Just, as you see a number of kind of printer pages for the facts go flying blank as you hear just this boom as the fax is completing. As the page comes out, you see that the printer head that controls where the ink is placed was misaligned for half the page. However, you are able to make out something very strange indeed. E, comma, stop. All record elimination, comma, stop. Page is blotched out, blotched out, blotched out. Report to A, comma, stop. Immediate after. And only like the very top part of the page was used for this extremely. You've seen you work at a police station most of the time, and most is somewhat antiquated. Fax machines, not uncommon. You're familiar with that kind of typography, and this is very unconventional. It like the conspiracy theorist in you immediately says written in code, but it's not entirely off. This appears to be calling for the erasure of documents or archives.
And no names, just the letter A and the letter
E. Yeah, E and A. Yeah, E is the first one, A is the last one. Report to A after. As you're looking at this, you hear a elevator opens. Hey kid, I think you should come see this. As we are going to cut back to our companions 4 as they prepare their bone heist. So moving back. And I apologize if that's feeling a little too slow for some people. I'm feeling quite slow tonight.
No, we needed this time to scheme.
Okay, we're gonna go to night plot here as the devices begin to come together. You guys probably may have requested at some point your stuff back. However, aside from Vigo's gear that was justified and required for the treatment of his son, the shift tree sees no reason to give you back your stuff until you have successfully earned his forgiveness. So you're stuck with your starters and what you have right now.
Wait, I thought
time to
we
be
had already
time
succeeded
to
in
be
getting our things
resourceful.
back.
Nope, only Vigo has his backpack.
No, Vigo
Oh.
being the healer has all of his stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Mako needs his things in order to be able to do pester ball stuff.
Night vision.
Yep, you can specifically ask for that and try to make a specific request.
Yeah.
He needs his witch doctor's tools.
Yeah. Amber, could you relay to them that Mako needs his Kim set in order to make pester balls, so that
And all my Pokeballs! I just need my whole backpack.
Like
I don't trust a Pokemon to know what I need.
shouting from the other side of the room.
So, as you all are very aware, the tyrant is a very real threat. And he is very scary, he is very powerful, and very, very dangerous, as we experienced the first time we encountered him. In fact, in order to escape his vile and menacing jaws, we had to use technology in order to put him to sleep
And-
and make our great escape.
Some of the Nuzleaf gasp at the word technology being used.
I know! These are crazy times. But, alas, we do not have our things. You have our things. And so, we will be putting ourselves in even greater danger, and we will be less likely to be successful without all of the tools that we had at our disposal during this last trial. If you were able to give us back our Pokemon, and, more importantly, our technology, we would have a lot more tools in order to both evade, steal from, and outwit the tyrant. But of course,
The Shiftry seems
this
to
is
be
completely up to you.
thinking for a second. Shiftry. How many pester balls did you use last time?
Just one.
One. Yeah.
Then I will give you one.
Alright, that's all I need.
I give you a normal
well-
instead.
Yeah. Can I convey... Did we end up throwing a Pokeball at it?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Can we
Wait,
convey
no.
that as well?
Did not.
Also-
You knew
Not?
you knew the ability and you realized it would have been fruitless at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
because he did his
also-
skills.
There was
Yeah,
a lot of
we don't-
discussion of throwing the Pokeball because there was like a pretty legitimate chance of catching it, but we didn't know about the ability at the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Because
Mako-
we
we
didn't
know
think
about
that we
it,
were
we
going to
just
be
weren't
crazy
told,
enough to
so-
throw a Pokeball
Yeah, Mako-
at it,
Mako
so he
did a-
neglected to say anything about it.
It
Mako
was
did
one
a
of the highest
Pokemania.
chances of getting out
Yeah.
of the situation.
Benevolent
man.
DM letting us backing out of a bad
Yeah.
decision.
I mean, no, that was entirely on me because I should have given all the abilities when Mako did Pokemaniac because that's part of Pokemania.
Yeah. Hey, Amber, can you ask if we go ahead and heal the sun? If we can trade healing the sun for my backpack?
I don't know what you're thinking here, but if we have healed the sun, then do we still need the backpack? Because at that point, we've already done the whole quest with the technology need. You're just saying just because you want your backpack back?
Well, no, that only gets away from one sin, doesn't it?
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the burden of our grave sins. We would like the rest of the technology after we heal the sun. Is this agreeable? It may help us repent of our other sins.
Roll a charm check. One of you.
My goodness.
One of us?
Yeah.
Elaine, please.
Yeah,
Please?
Elaine's gonna bat her eyes beautifully. 22.
The shift tree just stares at you with that impassive mask. Just goes, the Zantu looking back and forth between the shift tree and you guys, and then the Sea Dot looks up with those cute little dead eyes at its father. Dot. Oh, shift tree. I will consider it.
He's thinking about it. He's not sold. He drives a hard bargain.
Oh my word.
Ever the negotiator.
Well, let's see here. How about this? Elaine will offer to give him a miracle seed.
For what? What's
In
happening?
exchange for technology later?
For whatever we're trying to trade here.
Good.
Well, I mean, what are we trying to trade for? Because frankly, one of our core ideas that we had of trying to catch the guy is no longer going to work if we don't have any Pokeballs to actually throw at the Tyrantrum.
That's
That's
why I
true.
want my
Wait,
backpack,
well,
because I
wait.
have a wealth of Pokeballs.
But that's what I
Wait.
was saying is that you said after we heal the sun, but we need to face the Tyrantrum before we can heal the sun.
Didn't you guys get Vigo's
That's
backpack?
a little role play.
Yeah, Vigo has this backpack, but
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I don't think we should try to actively go for catching it. Just
Oh.
So throw that out there. We're probably going to have better luck just drawing it into a cave or away from the nest for a little bit, and running in and grabbing the bones.
You know, can I just put out there that it is crazy how seriously you considered trying to catch it last time, but now that we're all on board with the plan of trying to catch it, now you're like,
the
we
reason
can't catch it.
the reason I was serious about catching it was because it was the lowest investment option. So I had a very reasonable chance of catching it before we knew about the ability. And that was just a way to resolve the situation. Not necessarily because I actually wanted it, because I'm gonna have to be like level 40 before I can command that thing.
Okay.
So
where are we going here? Are we deploying with what we have?
So what? Okay.
Austin sounds
Yeah.
antsy. The DM
I mean,
wants
I
to
don't-
have his fun.
I mean, you guys have had
I
time
don't know
to
that we're
plan
gonna
this already.
negotiate anything else out of it, so maybe we just try and move forward with things.
Yeah, Vigo has a sudden realization. Those are Tyrantrum bones!
Zatu.
But not fossils.
Amber slowly nods.
That's correct.
Yeah, reinvigorated by the possibility of grabbing some bones, which granted are not fossils, but presumably would have enough genetic information in them to be used in a fossil machine.
It's possible.
Maybe with some genetic editing.
Paralysis does not have speed in this system, right?
It does something to speed, doesn't it?
Let me check. There was like an update to how.
A -5 or something. I don't remember what it was.
I flinched. Paralysis
You think I'd have all of this
does
stuff
have speed, I think.
already pulled up.
Initiative is halved, not speed.
Guys, it's about 11 o'clock. How we feeling in terms of invested here? Are we gonna keep playing for a while, or what do we keep going, or
I'm pretty good.
bedtime?
How are you
I'm
feeling?
feeling, but I know that you're also not feeling well, so
I can cope. What I'll probably do here is just walk around for a minute, drink some water, and I'll come back and we'll keep going.
Okay.
I'd like to only go for maybe another hour.
Okay, well let's call it at about 12 CC my time. Yeah. All right. So you guys are preparing for the Tyrantrum encounter. You guys can speak amongst yourselves if you like. I will leave the recording going. I'll just be a minute, I think. I'll be back very shortly. If anybody else needs to use the restroom or get a snack or something very quickly, feel free.
Okay.
So I guess I'm lost and I didn't realize it. Shocker. Do we need the bones to heal the CDOT?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
It's the missing ingredient in a basically a natural cure for the Pokevirus.
Oh, okay. And then what was the other sin? The cave-in?
Yeah,
The cave-in,
and
the trespassing, and then
Desecrating the sacred plant.
yeah, the sacred fruit, angering the guardians of the sacred fruit.
Yep.
So, is our plan to just like throw a rock again, and then or Vigo lure it out and then make a break for it while we slip in behind, and then just like try and get out before Vigo gets chomped?
Oh, I noticed you guys talking about stat spread. It is a completely different variant of Tyrantrum. We do not know its stat spread.
We know that its speed is low.
Yes, we know it's lower speed, but we don't know its attack.
Yeah,
It could be a
so
special attacker instead of a physical attacker.
if it's a special attacker, that's worse. So the point still stands. So, assuming it has a stat line that is in any way comparable to the original Tyrantrum, it's going to have a high attack, one way or another. Whether that be special or physical.
Yeah.
And being level 80, it's going to be highly invested.
It's level 70.
I thought it was 79.
No, it's level 70.
70.
Okay. Regardless. That's going to be enough to one-shot those things that we have.
Oh, yeah.
So, We
Works all
really kind of need to not fight it. That's kind of what it comes down to. Our only real options are to remove it from the fight or avoid it. So,
Bridgebacks has icy wind, right?
yes, but
What's the range on that?
it's a cone of 3. What is it?
The only
So
thing
if
is
you're-
that if the
Ooh.
Bridgebacks is taking a turn to be in combat range, Bridgebacks is presumably going to move after Vigo, so Vigo wouldn't even be able to like pick him up and like dash off with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless the Bridgebacks is moving before you, in which case that might be possible.
Nope, I'm
Do we
faster than the
discuss how
Frigibacks.
held actions work in this system?
I don't think we can. I think like I don't remember
I
being
think-
able to do that in times past without permanently lowering your initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Maybe
think
that
the only
was-
option
maybe that
is
was-
permanently.
Yeah, and that might be viable if it has low speed, but I don't know, like if that is like, I can't remember if that's legal or not. But if it is legal, then that was the only way that we determined it was.
I just had a thought, guys.
Yeah.
So the room that we just came from, that was caved in, was the one of the rooms that that led to close to the Tyrantrum's lair. And if we go this way, we're going through that dark path. Remember the steep slope? So my thought is, pull it into the room where we passed out at, because it's already blocked off on one side. Lure it in there, get around it, and then cause another cave in to trap it in that room.
We don't know how
That
to
would
cause
anger them
cave-in.
further, though, wouldn't it?
Anger it further.
Not it.
Yeah, the Nuzleaf.
Oh, the Nuzleaves. They don't want it dead.
So,
And we're not technically killing it. We're just trapping it.
yeah.
I'm back.
Do we have
We-
explosives
Cave-in.
or some means of
Right.
causing a cave-in?
One of the grave sins was causing a cave-in in the first place.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I wouldn't suggest that. But Vigo, you and Frigibacks have the exact same speed, so you can choose when to go. So
Shouldn't
if
have
you are
the same
faster than the
speed.
Tyrantrum, you can have Frigibacks go before you, icy wind it, and then keep doing that to lure it away from the others while they're getting the bones.
Now, what does Icy Winds do to the speed stat?
It lowers it,
It's -1.
and it lowers the initiative.
The only thing. Oh, it lowers initiative.
Mhm.
Okay.
Almost positive it lowers initiative.
And if Zoe
Not
can actually
inherently.
cause
All
damage
does
on
is
it,
lure.
we
all I
can
see
stack
on
injuries,
slow,
and
yeah,
I could put
speed.
slow.
Okay. Happy to let you guys plan for a second. I'll give you another couple minutes here. Just chilling out, drinking water.
I'm not there. I'm just being a little strategist because I like strategizing.
I mean, so
Such a good
there
David.
may be a viable strat to try and getting its speed all the way down to -6, because once it gets to -6, the target is stuck. So string shot would lower it by 1. So would icy wind. I don't
Scary
know.
face.
Does anyone have scary face?
I don't.
Andrew does. If
Wait, who
Austin
does?
was
Have
being
scary face.
serious.
Oh no, he wasn't.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
That would be
If we don't
hard.
have scary face, it's probably not really gonna be something we should be actively going for.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
Personally, I think we ought to just try to draw it into that cave, bolt into its lair, and grab as much as we can while we're there, and then run out.
It also may not be asleep right now, so there may be a very real possibility that we don't have full information on it.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that it's awake. In which case, that might almost be easier.
Well, we wouldn't have to lure it out, but then also we wouldn't really have control over we might get pinned inside.
I mean, Yes, but we aren't going to have. It's no difference in control over. I should put this. It doesn't really change the equation where it is if it's not sleeping. Because ultimately, the only thing we can really do, unless we're going to catch it or incapacitate it, is draw it away, and it doesn't particularly matter where we're drawing it to. Or where we're drawing it from, rather, if we're going with that route. So.
I was just saying, if we are inside the cave and it, like, you know, is coming towards us, we've inevitably, like, we basically just stuck ourselves in a dead end, and we have to run past it, which may be more difficult. That was all I was saying.
Oh, like in its nest, sure, but
Yeah.
the idea is we don't do that. If
So
we
do we
do
have a
that,
plan?
then Tyrantrum Rodeo.
But
If we can get two statuses on it, trying to catch it is probably going to be more consistent than any other option we have that doesn't lead it back here.
How
So-
many Pokeballs do you have?
So like 7.
7?
Or
Okay.
oh, 2 of these are broken.
Prep time up.
5. One of them's an alter ball. Yep, let's get going.
Let's go.
How many did you say?
Okay.
Nico?
I got 5. One of them's an ultra ball.
So
Ooh.
we should definitely distribute those. Honestly, it would probably be smart for you to have 2 Vigo because you'll be after me and
And it's most likely to be in range.
whatchamacallit, and Mako. So yeah, and if you're gonna be doing a lot of the kiting, then you'll be in range, and then everybody else should probably get one, just so that we can have the most turns of throwing balls at it if we need to.
Can I have the Ultra Ball since I get bonuses to throwing it?
Are you going to be in a situation in which you can hit it consistently?
I believe
You have
so.
a long throw range, so like this is a legitimate question. I'm not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. I have this.
I mean, presumably he needs to be in range to be able to hit it at least once because we'll probably have to use the pester ball to escape it at some point. So,
Wait, say that again.
I mean, presumably you're going to be
Oh.
in throwing range of it at some point because you're going to be the one throwing the pester ball to try and keep us alive.
Oh yeah.
No. If you're throwing the pester ball, I need it,
Oh, okay.
or at least somebody after you needs it. Because
Yeah. Good point.
We're giving it a turn if we don't have the ultra ball. Most
Well,
likely.
right. Yeah. Something else to consider. Calamari can cast or use Thunder Wave, so we can get a paralysis. We want to save the Pester Ball for last because that sleep is, unless we want to do.
There's no reason to not pop sleep on it immediately.
Every
I
time
kind of am
It'll
with
wake up.
Isaac, to be honest.
every time
Okay,
it takes
so-
damage, it gets to save against.
Okay,
the
are
sleep.
we hitting it?
Oh, good point. Well, actually, is it damage or is it? I believe it might just
It's
be
damage.
an
It's
attack.
damage.
Okay, then Thunderwave will not trigger that. Okay, I'd like to verify that.
Okay.
Sleep condition.
Wait,
You guys
into the cave. Let's go.
pass down through the dark tunnel, taking a longer, circuitous route, mostly devoid of light. As you are venturing through these darker caves, you realize the pictographs drawn by the now known Nuzleaf tribe seem to glow in the dark. But only the blue shades. And they seem to have some strange markings to them. as you reach a crossroads. The shift tree chieftain did not mention this. He just says it comes back around. There are 4 tunnels now in front of you, venturing off in different directions.
Could I get a sense based on the directions we've gone? Well, no, I guess I don't know the relative position.
Yeah, you have a general idea you on your survival check earlier, but you don't know precise locations, no.
Mhm.
You could take your best guess. Otherwise, there are potentially more skills at play here in making this decision.
I mean, are there any scents coming from any of the different shafts? Are there any differences in the descriptions of the shafts as far as what they look like, what they smell like, what kind of how
At
where
surface
other scent is
level,
coming from?
a lot of them appear to be about the same. They're all kind of like this dark, brownish rock face that is rapidly getting darker, except for the occasional pictograph displaying in blue shades. You have, some foliage back the way you came, but in general, you appear to be getting into the foliage destitute aspects here. And there's no signage to speak of aside from the pictographs.
Yeah, let me look at the pictographs.
Okay.
Would
Yeah,
you
go
like
ahead.
me to make an intuition roll?
Yeah, sure, intuition. Try to derive meaning.
Yeah, maybe they would like denote like this one's the tyrant and this one's XYZ. So I would kind of be trying to think about some of the language, some of the imagery that they might have portrayed when I was speaking to them.
Yeah, as much as you guys initially vetted these pictographs as primitive and devoid of meaning, none of you have ever seen them in this light before, and you begin to think, was there this kind of hidden meaning in all the other ones we saw? As you begin to realize there is a theming between the pictographs venturing down different tunnels. And yes, there appear to be outlined in blue, meshed with figures that are not Nuzleaf, to be blue Nuzleafs, running away from the tunnel on the far right.
It's this way.
She points to the tunnel on the far right and starts walking.
Wait. What do the other signs say?
She goes and looks back at the other signs.
There is the one on the far left appears to depict a leaf that is slowly falling in perpetuity as the left-hand tunnel appears to descend.
Okay.
The two in the middle, one of which seems to reference some water source, you think, the one kind of middle left, and the one on the middle right appears to be leading to another cavern, and there are signs of spears, and you're kind of getting like a hostile or at least competitive vibe from that one.
How interesting. Okay, yeah. That would be interesting if it was a rival clan.
Start
Yeah.
a shift tree war.
All right. I say we continue down the one where the people appear to be running in terror from the tyrant.
Yes, begun. The Nuzleaf
And-
Wars have.
For my part, Amber will try and proceed stealthily.
Naka will follow suit.
Awesome. You proceed down, it's a little more even, actually, I would say. Maybe there's a slight incline to it. Up, passing the pictographs every so often that kind of mark your way forward. You're realizing these paths are actually relatively well trod, and you don't have much trouble climbing through even in the dark with the pictographs to guide you. Probably 20-25 minutes go by without event, as we'll say Mako, you stub your toe, which is ironic considering you're the most perceptive among them, on something that actually moved into your way. And then you should just... It rolls down the tunnel back by you.
Can I get a quick Pokemaniac off?
Yeah, totally. What'd you get?
22.
That is a Rog and Rolla. Just passed by you.
Those guys.
Assuming no interest, continuing on. You successfully come to more of an incline here as you realize this is pretty steep, and the only thing you have to grasp are a few roots and dried weeds coming out of the kind of loose soil here on the incline up. This is like England cheese wheeling levels of steep.
England cheese wheeling levels of steep. Oh man, my lack of English cheese wheeling bites again.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you familiar with the great
reference?
the great cheese wheel chase, where they throw a cheese wheel down the hill and everybody chases it, and like they all break their limbs? Yeah, that's a real
It's a
real thing.
beloved,
Yeah,
I feel like you
I have
have
seen it
that
before,
video.
but it has been too long.
yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. So yeah, it's that bad. So you might have to take some special measures here to try and get up, all of you. Definitely at least some acrobatics checks, or maybe you try to develop a different method here. The incline's about 30-40 feet up.
Interesting. I have a question. Can I have Ample make a string shot towards the ceiling of the cave?
That's a fun idea.
And basically use that as something of a rope for us to maybe grab onto and pull
Yeah,
ourselves up.
what's the range on string shot?
String shot has a range. It's a cone of 2. Never mind. That is maybe a little bit different than I
you could use
originally
the ample to like glue you to the side of the hill if you need to rest for a second, but I think that's about the most string shot will be able to do for you in this instance.
Okay, that makes sense. Where's that escape rope when I need it?
Right? All right, do we want to just start clambering up on all fours, try to climb this thing? Acrobatics?
Nobody has rope. Just
Nobody else has gear.
Oh,
That's out.
yeah.
oh,
But
that's
yeah,
right. I
hate to
forgot.
bring it to you. You're the gear.
Yep. Well, I've got a bunch of mushrooms.
Excellent. That's helpful here.
Now
I've
the
got
only
lots
other
of
thing
cats.
is that perhaps
Unlikely that
Zoe
will fare.
could,
Yeah, all of
perhaps
you,
Zoe could float us up.
all of you imbibe the mushrooms and
Well, the
Undergo
mushrooms
berserker
are
rage.
useful for getting a high.
they are.
I don't think these ones are. I think they make you take a tick of hit points. Okay, so
I can
Oh.
use Let Me Help You with that if anyone fails looking at Elaine.
Well,
No.
appreciate the thoughtfulness,
Do you,
Mako.
do you have training in acrobatics, Michael?
I have 3 in acrobatics and 4 in athletics. So we should be fine.
Yeah, why don't I just piggyback on Mako?
Oh, there you go.
Well, that would
Caleb,
make it
did you-
significantly harder for Mako.
I'm just
Did you
kidding.
end up using a Let Me Help You with that for something earlier?
I did.
Yes.
I have used
Okay.
both of them.
I did denote it, but then I remember we may not have done it. Okay, sweet.
So
I think
Elaine's
I have
probably
one
just
left.
gonna hold Zoe in her arms and then just have Zoe telekinesis her up the hill. She's just gonna float like a ghost.
Sure.
You're literally like doing like a sticky piston method, where one person is pushing the other but the fact that you're holding the thing that's pushing you also carries the other thing up with you.
See, the thing that
And
came
that
to my
is
mind
crazy.
was like the Breath of the Wild mechanic, where
the
like
magnesis
you
trick.
stand on the
Yeah.
thing and then you lift the thing with
Yeah,
the
I was thinking of that as
magnesis.
well. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. I think telekinesis gets you up the hill pretty effortlessly.
It's crazy.
However, people starting at the bottom aren't going to be able to have that. I think that's going to be out of range of telekinesis.
All right, I will start climbing up.
Yeah, I'll just
With
do the same.
Grubbin at my side, presumably like on my shoulder or something, or like holding on to my backpack with all his little grubby arms, or not my backpack, but my
Grubby
back.
arms.
Well, you know, he's
Yeah.
got little, you know, little things.
Yeah.
16.
Awesome. Yep. Okay.
Is this specifically acrobatics, or could athletics be
A
substituted?
sufficiently high athletics check could do this as well. Basically, you're sprinting
Oh.
up.
Yeah, Mako would prefer to athletics. It is higher.
Yep. Higher
Get
DC.
up there! Man, no. What? 3 1s?
And yet,
Okay. Success. You're all good. There is this.
Yay.
So Amber over here, like digging her toes into the soil and just slowly climbing up dexterously, grabbing onto weeds. Whenever she would fall, Amble shoots out like a little safety spray, just to, like kind of stop her and let her swing for a second as she refits her footing. As the boys just like screaming at the top of their lungs, calves, thighs burning as they run up the hill. You reach the top, out of breath, grasping your knees. Mako desperately wishing for shoes at this point. As you get like a couple of splinters in your feet. You pick out, and you look like a child of the corn, just like totally black feet at this point.
a child of the corn.
All right. All fours clambering up the side of the hill. Yeah, you have the Vort of the Boreal Valley meme going, the music. All right, so you're all up. You're all up, and take a few seconds to get your bearings as you look around, and you find this is the route Vigo wanted to go down before. It didn't look so steep from up here. But maybe you'll be able to slide down on your way back.
All right, well, let's move over to that cave and see if the Tyrantrum's in it.
Okay.
See if we can get an angle.
Are you all moving up as a unit, trying to be quiet?
Yeah, we'll be sneaky.
I guess so.
All right, everybody roll stealth.
Be stealthy.
Elaine stealths by continuing to float. I'm
That's
just
kinda
kidding.
wicked.
And
I mean,
You can.
it would be nice.
But you still have to roll stealth.
but she's she's not making sound.
Doesn't matter.
It's like the Tesla like reverse. There has to be a little bit of sound as a safety precaution.
Yeah. The sound is your is it Hatchram now? Going like a
well,
UFO.
she's rolling stealth, and she has better stealth than I do.
Just like gently chanting. Hold on. I need to find my pocket munch. There it is. This is to GM. Lovely.
And we don't know if it failed yet.
You don't. This is true. Okay. So 12, 6, 9, 10. Okay. And your Pokemon will also be rolling stealth. So roll for them.
So Amber rolled an 11. Elaine re-rolled.
Well,
Oh.
she rolled for Zoe.
Yeah, I rolled for
Oh.
Zoe.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Nice.
Ha! Calamari's stealthier than Mako. Oh, genuinely, she has an extra rank in it. And mods. Nice.
Yeah, I got the eel predator energy.
Yeah.
So, All right, you would know, Mako, that Elaine has failed. Would you like to let me help you with that?
Yes.
Okay.
So she gets you get a reroll
She gets
and
a
a
reroll.
+3.
Reroll +3. Okay.
But your
It's an
last, let
8.
me help you with that.
Well, if my 7 didn't fail, so then you succeeded.
So this is the final. Let me help you with that.
It should have only been the second one.
That's why I'm asking, so I only remember 2.
Yeah, I also
We-
thought this was the second.
We've only had 2 this session.
I think there was one last session.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was something. I think I used one during like the excavation of the fossils or something.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I,
couldn't have.
You do get your respite. I'll double check. For now, I'm gonna say 3 out of 3. But
Okay.
that'll go under more intense scrutiny if you desperately need that final one.
Fair enough. I will hold one in reserve then.
Okay. All right. So Elaine, you have. You didn't add a +5, so that's a 10. You're good. Or +3 rather. That's an 8 rather. Still good.
Okay.
All right. Elaine trips, or rather, perhaps she bashes, or preparing to bash into a mushroom as she floats by, and Mako does like the "Get Down, Mr. President," and like, does the Helldiver dive and shoves her away, which also doesn't make noise because she's in the air, so it's not like she scoots across the ground. And then you manage to catch yourself enough as Calamari kind of gets under you, and the levitation slowly lowers you to the ground as you feel your heart in your throat, realizing what could have just happened as you now stand roughly 30 paces away from the mouth of the cave. The beast seemingly does not stir, or perhaps it is away.
You can't get an angle to see if it is there from
Yeah, correct. That was the case last time as well. The
here.
last time you got just a little smidgen of some kind of silhouette in there. There's definitely enough room for that to not always be the case. It's possible the
He
creature
does
is in
have
there.
his night vision goggles back.
Yeah.
You do have the night vision goggles back, for sure.
So here's my thinking. Last time, part of the reason why I couldn't get the angle was because there's stuff on the ground. However, if we have a hatch room here, we can just float Vigo over
Nice.
to get an angle.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Alright.
got night vision goggles, so
Yeah.
Hat Room will gently put Elaine down. And she'll change targets to Vigo.
Yeah. Drops you from 12 feet up. Elaine screams
Exactly.
and then cracks her
Well,
face into the
She
ground.
would be dropping herself if that was the case, because Elaine is actively carrying the Hatchrim, so they both plummet 12 feet.
Yeah.
and-
Hatchrim looks directly in Amber's eyes and says, "This is fine." All right. Yep, no longer telekinesising Elaine. And then the telekinetics are going to switch on to Vigo at this point, you're thinking?
Yep, so he can get his angle to look inside the
Very cool.
cave.
Okay. For the time being, you don't have to reroll stealth. Though, you will only be able to use telekinesis so far as you can see the creature. And is there an upper range on how far you can move the telekinesis target?
Let me see.
Yep.
$8 meters. I don't know if I came through there. The range is 8 meters.
8 meters. Okay, sure. So, I would say you can successfully get well into the mouth of the tunnel. However, the sort of right angle that is obscuring the potential Tyrantrum itself is not. You're not going to be able to move into that. I think that's okay. As you approach, Mako is going to be useful once again, and Amber as well, I think, would be appropriate here. Amber roll me guile, Mako roll me perception. Nice. Okay.
Wow, that was correct.
You both grab Elaine immediately as soon as you see something glinting in the air. As Vigo, you sort of wobble a little bit, Mission Impossible style, over the bones as you look back to see what is wrong. As Mako points and Amber whispers something to the effect of, she knew something was off. As you both look at a field of stealth rocks in the mouth of this tunnel.
Very good.
Wow.
Gently floating as though magnetized, barely visible, but explosive to the touch. You noted directly before Vigo got within the veritable minefield. The gaps between the stealth rocks are significant enough to potentially be maneuvered through, especially if Vigo is going headfirst as he is telekinetically. However, that would be requiring some more finesse in terms of your Hatrim's ability. So
is that rolling more focus?
So withdraw or continue onwards, knowing what's occurred.
That
what
depends.
check?
That depends on the skill that I'm rolling.
It will be more focus. Yep.
Okay,
I
so
won't
she
be
is
able
a
to help
6
her.
in focus. Do
Okay.
we want to take that chance?
I mean, I assume he can't get. I mean, so he's in the mouth of the cave. Presumably, he doesn't have to be all the way around to be able to see the thing. He just has to get a glimpse of the silhouette. How much further would we need to go in order to see the silhouette if that's not already possible?
He's still mostly at the mouth of the cave. So you would need to go on
Okay.
another 5 meters or so to be able to see around the corner.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't really get better than a 6. But at the same time, I mean, this is just intel on whether he's there or not. I feel like, unless the user, well, yeah, I guess he can dismiss stealth rocks in some manner. So.
Also,
I
worst
kinda
case
feel like-
scenario, it's just one tick of hit points. If we needed to just charge through it at some point.
Right, but would it alert?
Oh, well,
Oh, maybe, but that's it depends on the flavor of stealth rocks.
Yep, they're little popping sounds like that weird cereal.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like little explosive rocks that go off when you hit them.
So, I think we push forward.
Yeah.
I agree. I just don't know entirely what our plan is, even if we push forward.
We're just looking to see if it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go ahead and roll. 26.
26 is enough. You slowly get moved downwards, Vigo, until you feel the heat of your own breath on the bones below you, and they jangle ever so quietly. And you are moved forward underneath the first series of stealth rocks. You are pushed upwards until as though you were standing. And you put your arms at your side as you are turned sideways to fit between two pillars of stealth rocks on either side of you. And then the final hurdle, you must be turned horizontal once again, and you go headfirst between a saturation of stealth rocks, vaguely in the shape of a diamond. As you finally pass through, you're able to orient yourself such that you're able to look forward, rather to your right, and you're able to see that the Tarantrum is indeed chilling in the cave. The gentle or perhaps horrifying sound of snores meet your ears as you are now this close. All right.
It's asleep
so-
already.
The creature is asleep.
From where we are, with my dark vision, can I identify which bones here are Tyrantrum bones and which are just other Pokemon bones?
Yep, Pokemon education here. Okay.
I assume I'm out of range to help him.
You can see a number of bones in the opening archway there. However, the vast store of the bones is in kind of like where the Tyrantrum is sleeping. Mako, you can roll Pokemon Education for just the stuff you see. Vigo, with a 10, you note a number of large bones. That must be some kind of very large Pokemon. It would make sense for it to be Tyrantrum, but it could be something else. You note 3 in all.
Sure.
At least visible to you. One of which is, you think, in reach of what the telekinesis can push you to, from what Elaine told you earlier. And then the 2 are very close to the Tyrantrum itself, and beyond Elaine's range of sight, or rather the Hatchram's range of sight.
So, I know that this isn't technically a fossil. However, fossils are identified by bones. Could I potentially use paleontologists to essentially impose a DC 10 for identification here?
Yeah. I'd say now that you have identified 3 samples, you could start using this. So roll your Pokemon Education or Novice Survival DC 10 check on one of those 3.
All right.
Or all 3, if you like.
Yeah, might as well identify all of them, starting with the closest one.
Okay. The closest one, though large, appears to be the back thigh bone of a Tauros.
Okay. I guess the next closest one, whichever one that would be between the 2 that are close to the Tyrantrum.
Okay. The second one appears to be a hit, but not what you expected. There appears to have been, at some point, more than one tyrant in these caverns at one time, as you are staring at part of the spinal column, very difficult to lift, by the way, of a Tyranitar.
Tyranitar, okay. And identify the last one?
11, just barely. Well done. The final one, you breathe a sigh of relief that you cover with your hand. That appears to be the lower jawbone of a Tyrantrum. Big, but not so big as to be uncarryable by you.
All right. I guess am I within line of sight of anybody that I could, like, signal to take me back out?
Yeah. Everybody can still see you. If they couldn't see you, you wouldn't be in telekinesis right now.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Signal to, or motion to take me back out of the cave.
Okay. I will make you roll again if that's what you guys decide on. Vigo is telekinesis back out in reverse order of what happened before. Again, trying not to detonate the stealth rocks. He gently alights on the ground next to you guys. Everybody just kind of breathes a collective sigh of relief when that happens, but you note his hands are empty.
Yeah, I realize that there's a jawbone in there, but it's very close to the Tyrantrum. We're gonna have to get it out of the cave.
Okay. Well, do we want to throw the pester ball at it, keep it asleep, and then just sneak the jawbone out?
What if you just sneak me in, and I have 4 athletics, so presumably I could hold it as well, and I just take my chances with stealth, and if Tyrantrum wakes up, I can just throw the pester ball.
Can you hold the jawbone and throw?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Like, it seems pretty big.
Well, presumably I can just, like, drop the jawbone, grab the pester ball, and then pick the jawbone off the ground, right?
That would be a lot of turns. We would be getting into combat at that point.
Well, I'm saying good old free action to...
Standard action to throw the pester ball, yeah.
Right, so, like, no action to drop it, item interaction to pick it back up again after I throw the pester ball?
To pick the pester ball back up?
No, sorry.
To throw it. Or to pick up the jawbone.
We initiate combat. I drop the jawbone, standard action, throw the pester ball, and then item interaction, pick the jawbone off the ground at my feet, and then just keep going.
I think that
Or here's a thought.
item interaction isn't exactly a thing here. But
Okay.
I generally allow it because I don't really care. But
Why not have the hat rim telekinesis the jawbone out,
I think
and
that-
then let
yeah.
her?
I think the jawbone is going to be a little too big in order to easily pick up like that, Mako, to answer your query. It's probably going to be a standard action to pick up. I mean, this thing is like the size of your torso. Like, it's hefty.
Okay.
I'm probably going to have to roll an athletics check to do so. Yeah, that's what Elaine was talking
just
about.
maneuver it.
Telekinesis. Yeah.
Yeah, just maneuver it through the stealth rocks, similar to what she did to Vigo, just to get it out. Since we have it identified, we could just pull it out.
Yeah, fair enough.
The issue would be line of sight, right? Because it's in the cave.
Well, Hatrim has the best stealth of any of us, right?
Just give her the night vision
Minus-
goggles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess minus Amber.
Yeah,
but-
so it's
I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing is, well, my amber is only, or my stealth is only a 3, but, like, is it really, like, how is the hat room gonna get into the cave telekinesising? Like, is she gonna telekinesis herself to float in, but then have to switch telekinesis I'm not understanding how we can do this stealthily.
Can't Hatrim just levitate?
It's not, but she can't telekinesis the thing and telekinesis herself at the same time, even if she was able to levitate via telekinesis. Unless she's like able to just fly normally. Can she just levitate normally?
No.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. We'll leave this debacle for a moment as we are going to venture back to Rune. As Schaefer leads you down the hallway on the second floor. So I was looking through these archives, right? And, well, see for yourself. He brings you over to one of the electrical archive servers, and types in a couple of commands, just querying for last week's goldenrod daily. And after a few seconds of processing, the server reads, "Query not found." Now, see, I read that one. In fact, I was in my kitchen last Saturday reading that one. So I know for a fact that one exists, and it was broadcast from here, because I also listen to the radio on my way to work. Somebody did something here, and they were either thorough or way too haphazard in what they did. And I'm not sure what it is yet. Any for your thoughts? Can't hear you right now. There we go, Night Tech, gotcha. Mm-hmm. I heard the mic check, but I haven't heard you again.
I heard the mic check and then
David.
it sounded really quiet, like it was coming through Isaac's.
How's that?
There we
There
go.
you go.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. I have myself muted, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna hand him the facts that I got. It looks like they were trying to delete something on the service. I don't know what, and I don't know. They were supposed to report to an A afterwards. I don't know who that could be.
Okay. Well, that's cryptic. Kinda looking over it. You see him pull out a small notepad and jot something down. Sounds like a job for the police. Gives you the facts back.
I'm going to put my facts in my waterproof folder.
Nice, yep.
And is there anything else I noticed that might be off in the server room? Like, actually, are there any cameras?
Yeah, you're looking around. There is one camera that appears to have be still operational at the moment. It slowly swings from side to side. There appears to be irregular electrical outages at the moment, so occasionally it stutters, like catches, and then continues on its cycle.
Is it like one of the old types of VCR cameras that have the tape inside of them?
Definitely. I mean, Animos is very antiquated, and this is a very antiquated part of Animos.
I want to grab that VCR and start playing back the tape.
Yeah, totally. As you look around, just trying to find yourself a CCTV, you find one, walk over. Oh, nice. Chuck it in there. You get the TV coming on, and some static. And then suddenly you are jump scared by a red, mischievous face on the TV screen. That kind of giggles and then flies off as though he's like a Disney character into the TV screen. Roll a Pokemon education check.
Pokemon education.
Education. There you go. That's a Rotom.
15?
That's a Rotom.
Oh.
Yeah. Appears to be haunting the circuits in Goldenrod Radio Tower, or Goldwyn. So, your Schaefer's like, oh my. Well, that's not supposed to do that. Kind of leans forward, turns the TV off. I'm assuming we're not going to get anything off that tape. That Rotom doesn't seem domesticated, though. Feels like it just saw an opportunity and jumped in.
Want to try and catch it?
Hey, man, you're welcome to. Things freak me out. Ghosts, not for me. He kind of backs off a little bit. I'm getting a mixed bag here. He kind of looks around a little bit. What'd you say the state of the room upstairs was?
Complete chaos. There's papers everywhere, bunch of technology, circuitry going haywire.
I mean, aside from the bug in the TV, this is pretty clean, wouldn't you agree? He kind of gestures around. No sparks, everything working properly. Server archives immaculately cleared.
Yeah, quite different from the vibe upstairs.
Well, food for thought. Takes a note on some notepad. I'm heading out. Feel free to amuse yourself with the ghost. I figure we got some more rangers or police or something incoming soon. That's what I've been waiting outside for. But hey, we got something done.
Yeah, the Voltorb should be back in proper place soon. I'm gonna see about that Rotom.
All right. And we're going to cut back to our players in their plans, discussing, and cut back to Rune walking back up into the 3rd floor with Pokeball in hand. And we're going to leave it there, I think, for next time. Thanks so much for playing, guys. It's been a good time.
Oh, but I thought we were going to do the thing.
Nope, session is 11:58. So, yep.
Oh.
Yeah. That was
I have
kind
to
of
work in
part
the
of the
morning, so-
reason of why I was trying to push so hard
So-
on a lot of this to just do stuff.
It seems like you have some good ideas of what to do coming, and then you have just a couple more sins to expunge, and then perhaps this challenge will be over at long last. So,
do we want to consider just drawing it back into the village, because I kind of don't like these Nuzleaves.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think they deserve it,
I
honestly.
know. That is low-key based.
What?
I mean, at least the Shiftry kind of... I mean, it's like
Who's to say
calling
the
it
Tyrantrum wouldn't end up siding with them, though? Like they might mind
That
trick it.
previous
They might,
previous encounters, from what we can
Oh,
see, the
that's
way
right,
they
they don't
refer
like
to each
the-
other, or
Oh,
I guess
okay.
specifically the way that the Nesle's refer to it, the fact that it's extremely territorial and aggressive.
I
Yeah,
will
that's fair.
say it is highly outnumbered. If it
Yes.
goes into that encounter, I think they could probably take it down. Even I know a lot of them are lower level, but
Yeah, but there's a
the
lot
numbers
of them.
alone kind of sway in its favor.
Do a raid.
But remember,
do,
if it does have like a high defense step, like
Oh,
some of them
true.
may be doing 0 damage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Like the low
mostly
level ones
dependent
probably
on
are
what
doing
they
nothing.
have. So long as they don't have any ice type moves, and the Tyrantrum has high defense, it's most likely going to win that matchup just purely by levels.
I am concerned that it may not be as defensive as a grass dragon type, because grass types aren't normally known for the high defense like rock types are.
Generally speaking, they're higher in special defense,
Yes.
which hard to say whether or not stats, like base stats, are adjusted alongside.
Rank.
Basically, there's a lot of factors we don't know.
There is.
However,
And while I don't think they have any ice moves, I'm almost positive that the Nuzleaf Flying does get flying coverage.
I think
Almost
it gets
positive.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Shift Tree gets Hurricane, I know.
Yeah.
But do wild Pokemon understand type matchups and, like...
Well, that was proven to be a no because Voltorb tried to attack a Marshtomp
Yeah.
with Spark.
It depends, you have levels of
No.
intelligence. We have a
That's true as well.
Zatu
Yeah.
shaman, or so like this
I
is
was
like
gonna
this a
say, these are
complex
highly
society.
intelligent Pokemon.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and kill the recording there. 3 hours. Thanks very much for playing, guys. I'm gonna hang out for just a bit
Okay,
longer and
recording.
hydrate.